I don't know. Like, I feel like if it was going to be this month-long experiment with a reveal, you'd have some sort of fanfare around the reveal. You wouldn't just put out a YouTube video and be like, literally, I duped you all. It was an experiment.
Yeah, I agree.
I just feel like there would be, just from YouTubers usually do their content, I feel like there would be some sort of fanfare or something about this. It's like, you've been working on this for a month, or, I mean, there's clearly not really much work going on with that. It was just like a big lie, and you had the following to fool people. You know what I mean? Like, I could go on TikTok and say that, but you guys wouldn't believe me.
Well,
you're the only ones following me.
You know, if the Spiders and Flies did it, it'd be different.
That is different. And I would like to know where he's getting his information from. If there are any spiders and or flies involved, I think that I need to know about it, and I will get, we might have to
the
call
committee involved.
Yeah, we might have to, have a meeting or something.
Sorry, I have to put the regular link on GoNintendo, so I'm almost done. You guys are doing great. Just hang in there. You two, I'm talking to.
Yeah, the audience is doing great. Just hang in there.
Listening to this junk. A couple more minutes, guys. I'm almost done.
Okay, I got something funny. So I started watching. I see. Yeah, Wuzzle. I started watching this show on Apple TV Plus called Smoke, and I shouldn't have, but I did like a little research beforehand, and I found out that it's loosely based on a true story. Now, basically, what happened was, in real life, in California, that this like guy was an arson. That's basically it. But like in the show, they, for some reason, they changed the location to the Pacific Northwest, and I Googled like, where was the show filmed? And they said it was filmed in like Washington or something. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I Googled like, where does it take place? Because I was like, the real story takes place in California. They trying to pass it off at Washington as California. So I was just curious about that and Googled it. No, here's the funny part. The arson's name, his last name was Orr, O-R-R. The show that's loosely based on a true story with tragedy and dead people is set in a fictional U.S. state called Orrington. And I was like, how can I take this seriously from now on? And it's not like they have Orrington plates, or like somebody's like, welcome to the state of Orrington. Like, they don't say it, but I Googled it and that's what it said. And I was like, I shouldn't have even done that, because now I don't even, but like, even though it's not a factual, like 100% factual show, it's based loosely on these events, and like people died in these fires, like people were murdered basically, and you're gonna make a show and name a state Orrington? I don't know why I found that. I was like, Wakanda's one thing because it's like a fantasy, it's superheroes, and it's like a different country, but like with like a whole culture and everything around that, like. But like, to just be like, it's not Washington, it's Orrington. We didn't want Washingtonians to be pissed. I don't know.
Right? Like, that's the other thing. Like, for what purpose? It could have, like, do you have to pay the state of California to use the name of the state? Like,
I don't know.
Why wouldn't you?
I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's something that like a comedy would do, or like a movie that doesn't have any stakes. Like, this is based loosely again on real things.
Maybe there's like a legal reason why they couldn't.
I don't know.
Atomic Toaster is talking about the BeatEmUps. Thank you. Sorry for that snafu there, everybody. If you're watching live, you'll have to listen to the audio version and hear the rest of our BeatEmUps conversation. I'm sorry that got crapped on, because I found that to be very interesting. But Atomic Toaster says BeatEmUps clearly lied for views, and then came out and said he lied to make another video that would get even more views. So again, I'm talking to you about it as someone who originally did not like the guy. He wasn't my cup of tea. I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm also saying I did not watch the video where he said he made the rumor, or where he originally stated the rumor leak. And I did not watch the video after about his experiment. And I if there needs to be a deeper analysis of it, I will. And if people think I could get something from it, I will. But like we said, it's just, I don't understand how you could expect anything else than what came of it, and I don't understand what you were trying to get from it.
As a board certified behavior analyst, I will tell you that the less the least amount of attention you can give that kind of behavior, the better off you'll be. I wouldn't even.
Well, like I said, that's why I've already blocked I blocked his content long ago because I just didn't like the way he operated. I didn't like his tone, and his content wasn't for me. And all of that is completely fine. I don't wish him ill will. I'm not saying he's a bad content creator. I'm not saying he's done anything wrong. It's just his stuff isn't for me. And it was annoying me to a degree where I didn't like seeing it popping up in my feeds. So I blocked it. And that's what it is. So we'll see where it goes from here. I don't know how you repair a brand based on that. You're obviously going to have a group of people that you will never lose support for and that's fine. But yes, the experiment was a success in that he has learned how to damage his brand irreparably to some degree. Like he's not going to woo back everybody that he's lost. I don't know how sizable the amount of people he's lost is or will be, or how much longer this controversy will go on for. But experiment success, I guess.
So I almost feel like it would have been better if he just was like, oh, I was wrong. That rumor was wrong, like instead of being like, this was an experiment, right? Like,
yeah,
like
but
100%, right?
Yes, but he did it all purposefully. Like
it's almost like
plan.
This is his way of being like, I can't do anything wrong. You're all the idiots who fell for it. Like, so he doesn't have to take any responsibility.
And also he was like, I know he said something along the lines of like, nobody DM'd me or whatever to see what my source was or anything. And I know people have come out since and have been like, he never responded to my DM. Like there were people who tried to get in contact with him to be like, what's your source? Where did this come from? And he never said anything. So
yeah,
what are you going to do?
Maybe I just don't know him at all. And like, this is a bigger story because of his following, but it just sounds like, who gives a crap? It's kind of
Hi,
like
backseat. Good to see you.
It's kind of like, if you're online, you're going to see lies. And if you believe them, then whatever. Like, I get that the point is he was messing with his people, but
yes.
But like, yeah, it's kind of like,
very, I don't know. There's a whole part of it that's like just uncomfortable to me where like he's like in his house one day and he's like, I'm going to secretly experiment on the audience I've cultivated who trusts me
for no reason,
to see how rumors spread. Like experiment, he did an experiment on himself without even realizing it. I feel like the experiment was, how much do people trust me and how much can I hurt my brand? Really, that's what the experiment. That's the real experiment. I don't know why you would do that to yourself.
Well, it remains to be seen, right? How much he's going to hurt his brand.
He would show. This is Atomic Toaster talking. He would show clips of other content creators falling for the rumor. It's like, what? They trusted you. Yeah, that's what. I don't understand how you don't see that. Whatever. Don't trust rumors. But yes, there are people who watched you and were like, I trust this person enough to like bring this rumor to my audience. And they weren't sharing the rumor as fact. They're just saying, here's a rumor or here's a leak. Nobody was taking it as gospel. But yes, people are going to talk about it because there's people out there who are like, BeatEmUps. I trust this guy. He's done this, that, or the other thing. So I think if he's going to share this with us, then it's worth bringing to in front of other people. So just weird. And I got to be completely honest. This whole situation, the vibe that it gives off is the kind of vibe I always got from the guy, which is one of the reasons why I didn't really care for him. So I don't know what to tell you. He's not my cup of tea. I don't know where he goes from here.
Let us know, will you? Let us know. Next time you block somebody, let us know who you blocked.
That's the whole part.
We'll all do it.
That's the whole part of this I didn't even talk about. I saw this rumor and I saw it came from him. I saw it a month ago and I was like, I'm like, what? There's no other source than him. I'm not going to trust that. And I didn't post it. And I saw other outlets posting it.
You're like the rats of Nim amongst all the mice. You know everything in the they can't experiment on you, baby.
I've gotten things wrong. I continue to get things wrong. I will still get things wrong. But there are certain things I can pick out and I know like, no, that's not enough for me to share that information. So I saw this one. I was like, no, I like that. There's nothing going on here. So there's a car backing up there. I thought I was losing my mind. So yeah, I skipped it, and I was like, I just don't trust it. And that, that could also be partially me being like, I don't like that guy, and I don't trust any of his information, so I'm not going to post it. But whatever, it didn't pass the old sniff test for me. But again, I have gotten things wrong. I continue to get things wrong, and I will get things wrong. But I will. Here's the difference: I will never intentionally, purposefully mislead you. I will never.
He's got a guy on his podcast that does that for him. All right.
I will never do some grand experiment on you guys. So there's that whole situation, and we'll check in next week to see what's going on with it, because I'm sure there will be more. Moving on. Something I said that is partially Nintendo related. Our friend MusicMan is now the owner of a Switch 2. So he's joined the RMC family plan. So he's got access to, all of it. NES and Super Nintendo and Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance and Genesis and N64 and GameCube. And we're expansion pack people. So he's got the Legend of Zelda stuff, and he's got a game chat and all of it. So it's nice to have a new friend in there. And he was saying how exciting it is to be a part of the Switch 2 in the beginning. He's like, I got a system at the beginning now. I can go on this ride with you guys. And I was like, well, hopefully we have a long life ahead of us with the Switch 2, and it'll be exciting. So that's very great. And he was messaging me because he was setting up the Switch 2. And I was like, I'll tell you, or I'll get you on the family plan. If you have any questions, let me know. And I was like, I need your email address to put you on the family plan, and then you'll have to approve it. And he messaged me like a few minutes later, and it's like, I didn't get anything. I don't remember what he said exactly, but he's like,
where will it?
I didn't get anything. Where is it? And I was like, your email. You gave me your email address. You have to go to your email. And he's like, oh, I thought something would pop up on the Switch. I was like, no, you got to go to your email to approve it. So that little snafu was taken care of.
Between that and thinking what we were saying about Squid Game the other week was true, and then the coup de grace, which we're going to talk about later.
We will.
He's losing his mind, that guy.
There's another piece. I said the old man stuff coming out of him is fast and furiously. He said, how do I get Mario Kart? Because he got the Mario Kart World Bundle. And I was like, well, it's either pre-installed on your system and it's there on your system and you have to download it, or there's going to be like a little card with a piece of paper and you put in the code on the eShop. I was like, that's it. So he's like, I looked, I didn't see anything. And then eventually he's like, oh, I found it. These numbers are so small, I can't see the print. I was like, this is the oldest old man conversation. But he made it work. He put in the code and he got it. I was like, this is
not going to get any easier, man. Like,
you got to get a hold of it now before you lose it completely. But yes, all these old man conversations about the Switch 2 lead us to a not related conversation as far as Nintendo goes, but related to him being an old man, which we said we were going to drag him on the podcast for it. So that's what we're doing right now. I saw a TikTok from someone who was like, I don't watch anime, and I've always hated anime, and I didn't like when my brothers watched anime, and they wanted me to watch Attack on Titan. And I was like, anime is weird. I'm not watching it. And she's like, I can tell you, having watched Attack on Titan, it's one of the greatest things I've ever seen, and here's why you should watch it. And I was like, I should send this to, I got plenty of friends I don't do any of that stuff with anymore because of reasons. But I was like, with him, I haven't even like crossed that bridge yet. That bridge can still be burned later. I was like, I'll send him this TikTok because this lady's saying it better than I ever could. And maybe he'll check out Attack on Titan, because it seemed like he was watching things lately that he wasn't into. I was like, now it's my chance. So I sent him the TikTok. He watched it. He's like, yeah, I'll give Attack on Titan a shot. And I was like, great. I'll give you my Crunchyroll login. We're good. He got the login. He hopped on the app and he went to go watch. I got the email notification. I was like, somebody's using your account. And I was like, oh, that's great. And I was like, let me text him and say, congrats on beginning your Attack on Titan journey. And I was like, you know what? It's too much. I'll just let him watch and I'll talk to him later. I'm like, I'll see him at 4
scare him off.
Yeah, exactly. Then that night, he sent a text to me and Deux, and he's like, I have questions. And he sent us a screenshot of Attack on Titan, or a picture that he was watching Attack on Titan. I was like, oh, he's watching. And I laughed. And I was like, I'll see you in Fortnite in a minute. We'll talk about it. So he comes into Fortnite, and he's talking about Attack on Titan. Deux has seen it all. I have seen it all. And he's telling us about what he saw. And Deux and I are like, what?
Yeah, he's like, I watched the first 2 episodes. I kind of like it, but I'm really confused because, who's the big naked baby man that's like talking, like the Titan that talks?
He's
and we're
saying
like,
things where we're like, how are you seeing this already? What's going on? I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. So I was like, you started at the beginning, right? And he's like, yeah, Attack on Titan. And I'm like, yes, I know Attack on Titan, but the beginning. And he's like, yeah, I went and I'm at the beginning. And he's describing, and I went on the app and I'm trying to see where he is. And because he's on my account, I can see that one whole episode was watched and one he had watched 10 minutes of. And I was like, this is not the beginning of the show. He started watching. They have like DVD compilations of here's what happened in Attack on Titan season 1. And it's like a half hour that blows through a whole bunch of stuff. And he watched all of that and started the next compilation one. And I was like,
he'll be done in no time with the show, actually.
So I said to him, you didn't start on season 1. You started with a compilation of season 1. And I don't even know how far the compilation goes. And he's like, no, I started season 1 Attack. And he's like, again, he said Attack on Titan. And I'm like, I know you're watching Attack on Titan, but you didn't start season 1. So I went on the app and took a screenshot. I'm like, look here, season 1, like, here's what you should be watching. This one right here. And he's like, oh no, what am I watching? I was like, you're watching a compilation of what happened in the first season.
And he just kept being like, well, I still liked it. I liked it, what I saw. And it was just so funny to me because like
we were like, yeah, it's great that you liked it, but we don't want you to spoil things. And I'm like, I did a search to find out when you first learned that the Titans can talk. And it's like, first time you see a Titan talk is season 2, episode 1. I was like, oh my God, he blew through so much. 26 episodes just gone. So I was like, well, now you know where to start. And he's like, anime's weird. And before I even said anything, Deux jumped in and he was like, this has nothing to do with anime. You just didn't read that it wasn't season 1. Like I don't know how he did.
Yeah, I think I said like anime didn't come up with seasons.
Yes,
like that's just like
it has nothing to do with it. Yeah.
That was so funny, man.
It was really funny.
And the fact that he watched so much of it and wasn't like
questioning
was just like, wow, this is weird. It's anime. It's supposed to be weird.
Neck pace for this episode.
And like, don't get me wrong, it's weird if you start from the beginning too, but like it's, it feels like you're starting from the beginning when you watch from the beginning. Whereas this, I can't even imagine how nuts that must have seemed to just like jump right into that.
Radical Defect has a great question. He goes, how old is this man? He's our age, so he's 42, 43.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, not that old at all. He's our age, 43. Oh God.
But he watches shows with seasons and manages to do that. You give him a new app and it's like, what's going on here? But it's not like it's worded weirdly. It says like, I don't know if it specifically says season 1, but you can do the drop down menu and it's like S1, S2, S3. Like it's all there.
My thing, if I was gonna start a show with like hundreds of episodes, I would be obsessed with making sure I started on the first episode. Yes. I don't know why. Like
when I started, when I got back into My Hero Academia, I was obsessed because I was like, I know there's recaps. I know there's a lot of seasons. I know there's movies. I want to make sure I started exactly the right thing. So I went in and looked at the list, and I went into drop down again. And I was like, let me just double check. And I was like, okay, yep, everything's fine, and started at the right place. So I'm just like you. I'm like, when there's that much content, you're like, let me be extra sure I'm starting in the right place. But I don't know what he did. I think he just literally went into the app and was like, boop, play. And that's it.
Well, I'm glad that it didn't like ruin anything for him. He seemed still like pretty interested in watching it. So hopefully
he's going to be like, season 1's boring because he knows half the twists that are coming before they're coming. So I
don't think that show will ever be boring, but who knows? We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
That reminds me of back in college. The first time I had ever watched Goodfellas, I had it on DVD, and it's not super long, but it's a long movie. And so it was like one of those discs where like half the movie's on one side, half the movie's on the other. And I didn't realize that. So I just like took the disc and popped it in, and it doesn't even go to like a menu. It just like continues with the movie halfway through. And I watched about 10 minutes of the movie, and like it opens up with it's like halfway through the movie. It's like a scene where like the main character's wife is like at his Gumar's like apartment, and she's like yelling into the intercom like Janet Rossi's a hoa, you know. And I was just like, this movie's like right out of the gate insane, like no credits, no anything, just like confronting a mistress. That's pretty cool. And then like 10 minutes in, I was like, what is going on in this movie? I was like, I have no idea. And it was embarrassing to find out like I had watched about 10 minutes from the middle of the film and I had to start over.
As long as MusicMan sticks with Attack on Titan, he's going to have that moment again when it's from season 4 to season 5, where like you get to a season and it's completely new characters and setting and stuff you've never seen before, to the point where you're like, did I skip something? Did I accidentally miss something here? And I went into the list to look. I was like, no, this is the right thing. So I'm sure that's going to happen to him if he gets there. So.
That's true. That was kind of a not expected.
And I gotta admit, and I say this with all love, it makes me wonder how many things he's watched where he hasn't watched them in the correct order. Just jumped in random episodes, random seasons, or jumped into a movie halfway, or I don't know.
Well, I don't want to. I love the guy, and I appreciate him. Talking TV and movies with me. I really appreciate that, and I especially appreciate him taking my advice. He did watch a movie that I recommended for him, and he liked it. But I have to call him out and say he texted me like when he started the movie, and like just kind of like hey, I started the movie kind of picture or something, and then like about an hour and 10 minutes later, he texted me and was like, I'm 30 minutes in this movie and it's I like it or whatever. And I was just thinking to myself, you started it an hour and 10 minutes ago. How are you only 30 minutes in? But I do the same thing. Like sometimes I'll just like pause a movie and get into like a TikTok hole. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, damn commercials. They like, my brain is, I can't even finish this thought.
I need a TikTok. So yes, this is all said with love. We're very happy he talks movies and plays games, and we are excited for his Switch 2 future, and I'm excited for him with Attack on Titan to see how it goes. But we got to keep a close watch on him. Got to keep a short leash to make sure he's doing everything in the right way. But like I said, it's all said with love. Let's do Patreon post. MomBrain, did you know that you can join the Patreon? GoNintendo Patreon
for $1.
For $1. Here's what I talked about this week on Patreon. Sony and Nintendo, as Sony has said, they're hiring for a position to bring more Sony properties or PlayStation properties to Nintendo platforms. So that would be the Switch 2 mostly going forward. And I was wondering what this feature is going to look like what could potentially come over and what would be a good fit. Talked about Ape Escape, talked about Sly Cooper, all things like that, and just what could potentially make for a big splash with Nintendo fans on Nintendo.
You're
hardware.
talking about like new games.
They could put out old games too, but yes, properties going.
You're not talking about like a PlayStation. Like there's the GameCube channel and the Nintendo 64 channel and PlayStation
Sony could
channel.
certainly do that at some point if they wanted to, if Nintendo would allow them. But yeah, they could do a collection of old games. But yeah, I'm thinking about a new Ape Escape, a new Sly Cooper, a new Intelligent Cube. That would never happen. A new Jumping Flash. That would never happen as well. But yeah, I talked about that because, like I said, we know it's happening. We just don't know what plans Sony has for the things coming over.
The Whoopi Goldberg game, Jumpin' Jack Flash.
My mom's favorite movie. Well,
is that true?
Yes, she not even close to a lie. Loves that.
That's a parent's play. Her watching that with the commentary.
Probably recite every line from that movie. She absolutely loves it.
That's awesome.
Also talked about Wicked Plague, which is a brand new Game Boy Color game that I showed you guys last week. It was sitting here on this table, but it's not on the table anymore because I played like a couple hours of it. So I will talk to you about that in the show later. I also talked about Mario Paint coming to Switch Online, Super Nintendo Collection, or Switch 2 if you're playing it there. So Nintendo dropped a surprise of Mario Paint, the Super Nintendo Classic, making its way to Switch and Switch 2 for Switch Online members. If you have it on Switch, you can plug it in. It needs a mouse. You have to have a mouse. You can plug in a USB mouse, a compatible USB mouse on your Switch into the dock and play it that way. If you have a Switch 2, you can use your Switch 2 Joy-Con in mouse mode to enjoy Mario Paint. And I just talked about how hard that announcement hit me because Mario Paint is such a big part of my childhood, and just seeing it return, it made me realize how important that game was to me as a kid and how much of my nostalgia I have for that game, and how many good memories I have tied to that game, and how it really transported me back to those days. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to play it yet on the Switch 2. I 100% am going to do that. But I got like legit emotional when the trailer came out. I was shocked that they were doing it. And I let my sister know immediately because obviously she's tied to those memories as well. And I like, it was an emotional thing to see that game come back because it was a rush of memories for me. And it's so cool that people get to experience that again. And I've seen all sorts of forums and social media posts where people are showing off their artwork and their creations and their music that they're making. It's really cool that in 2025, people are making a community around this game and showing off their artwork and their art skills. It's really awesome. So I really, really like that has returned. So I wrote about that. And as I said, I'm excited to get back or to actually fire it up and play it again. Song number 3 all the way. I talked about Minigame Mayhem, which is something else that I played this week that I'll talk to you about later, but it's a game I don't know if it's only on iPhone, but it's a mobile game, and I'll give you the details on it later. I also wrote about Once Upon a Katamari, which was announced this week, coming to the Switch sometime in October. Do you know about this game?
Don't worry, do your best.
It is the first brand new Katamari game in 14 years. It's been 14 long years since we had a brand new Katamari game. Not a remake, not a re-release, an actual new one, and it's coming to Switch. And I am over the moon excited about it. I'll talk about that more in a little bit.
I really like the background music.
The soundtrack?
Like, but the specific one, was it The King? It like plays.
Yeah.
Yep.
With the record scratches for his talk.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just love it.
So I'll talk about that more later for obvious reasons. And then the last thing I talked about was Lord of Mysteries, which I talked to MomBrain about actually
Lordy.
yesterday.
I kind of feel like that's something that like when you're trying to solve a problem, you'd be like, Lord of Mysteries, this is frustrating.
Well, I'll say that from now on. Lord of Mysteries is, for lack of a better term, an anime. It is on Crunchyroll. It's one of the big anime to come out this summer season. It is made by Chinese people, Chinese animators. So you can split hairs about is it an anime or not. It's anime style, certainly. And it was a Chinese web comic before it got adapted into an animation. So again, I'm not looking to split hairs on is it an anime or any of that stuff. But I talked about it because we're like 7 episodes deep or something. I don't know. This 8 episodes, this season might be over. I got no clue. I wrote about it last night because I'm like,
not enough pantyhose and garter belts.
I don't understand a lot of this show, and I'm wondering if other people feel that way because, boy, is it loaded with stuff, and so much of it is confusing. And I did my best on Patreon to do a summary of what I understand and also talk about why I don't understand so much. And I compared it to Jujutsu Kaisen, where Jujutsu Kaisen has a lot of stuff going on. But I understand all of that. I may not understand like the minutia of it, but I understand the basics of it. Like, get me to explain a cursed technique. I can't get into like the big details, but I can tell you a cursed technique is something that is used for an attack, and everybody has their own type of cursed technique. And like an innate domain, like I can't get in. It's a place in your mind where you can trap enemies. Like I know that, but I can't get into like, all the specifics because that's above me. But I understand what it is and how it basically works. All like Jujutsu Kaisen has all that stuff where I understand the basics, no problem. Get to the specifics, and I'm like, but the specifics don't really matter because I don't need to understand how he makes an innate domain, and how Gojo does hollow purple and imaginary mass. And I don't need to know all that stuff. It's fine. I understand that it's an attack or a defense, and that's all that matters. Like I can watch the show and get it. But with Lord of Mysteries, I don't understand so much of it. I understand like the basic plot point, the main plot line, but outside of that, I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
So it's a mystery.
It is a mystery, mysteries. So I posted that just last night to see if anybody else is watching it and if they're as lost as I am, and I'll read those responses tonight.
Do you agree with Tentavision in the chat? Tentavision says, Lord of Mystery, this is ass cheeks.
It's not ass cheeks. It's my least.
It's butt cheeks.
No, because I don't think it's bad, but it's my least favorite anime of this season. And I don't think, at where I'm at right now, I don't think I will watch the second season. I think I'm going to be like, just didn't do it for me. Because I also think it's kind of boring. And I got a laundry list of things that aren't really doing it for me.
Sounds ass cheeks to me.
But lots of people do greatly enjoy this show, and they're talking about the lore and the world building, and I'm like, man, I don't know, not doing it for me. But yes, I wrote about that, and I'll see what you guys said. So I would not say it's ass cheeks or butt cheeks or any kind of cheeks. It's just not for me. All right, that's Patreon. Now let's get into news. Last week, your GoNintendo Nostradamus RMC said there's going to be a Nintendo Direct this week. It wasn't official, but I'm like, come on. Too much smoke. There's a fire. We hear July. It's going to be this week. And lo and behold, there was a Direct. It was a partner showcase rather than a regular Direct. And what's a partner showcase? It is a focus on third parties. It is usually a smaller presentation than a full fat Nintendo Direct. And it's usually something Nintendo does when they have a whole bunch of things to talk about and they don't want to just skip a whole bunch of stuff and they don't want to gloss over stuff. So they give a little smaller thing and then you'll get the full fat Direct not too far after. September, October, I bet we'll get a regular Direct. But so it's like when a partner showcase is announced, people are usually like, I want a regular Direct. And I get it because, you're not going to get like, oh, it's a new Kirby. Oh, it's a new Zelda. It's third party focused. And there may be some exciting announcements in there, but usually you don't have big, amazing, incredible reveals. So we have the Nintendo Direct partner showcase, and I got a complete recap for you. The Direct started off with the reveal of a brand new game in a major franchise, and it's a spin-off. It's the third spin-off. We got the reveal of Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection.
Man, it must be nice to be a Monster Hunter fan. I'm telling you, every 6 months there's like a new Monster Hunter game, and I'm loving that. I think that's great.
See, you have this thing. Dude,
I mean it.
I love you to death.
I
love you to death. You have this thing when there's a franchise you don't care about, you think it comes out all the time.
I feel like we're always talking about Monster Hunter.
Thank you.
I do.
In sales charts, sure, but they're like as far as mainline games go, there's been like 2 Monster Hunter games in the last 10 years. So like they don't come out all the time.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to.
Well, then this is even more exciting.
Yes, that is true. So let me look this up because I don't want to talk out of turn. So Monster Hunter. So here's the last Monster Hunter game that Nintendo fans got. Monster Hunter Rise came out on Switch in 2021. So that was the last Monster Hunter game for Switch fans or for Nintendo fans. Let me continue on. What's the Monster. I know it. I remember.
Hunter.
Monster
It's called Monster Hunter.
Wilds.
Oh.
Monster Hunter Wilds is the newest Monster Hunter game that is mainline for other systems. That came out February of this year. So that is your newest Monster Hunter game. Now, Monster Hunter Stories 3, which is a spin-off franchise, got announced this week, and it comes out in 2026. So.
I love how, and maybe I'm wrong because I don't know anything about Monster Hunter, but I love how the main Monster Hunter series is like Monster Hunter, subtitle, Monster Hunter subtitle, and then it's like, oh, here's the spin-off, Monster Hunter Story 3. It's like, number them all, please. We're so confused here. I thought there were a lot of Monster Hunters. Apparently, there's not. We need numbers.
I mean, this is great conversation
Thank
for the podcast, but I don't know
numbers.
if you actually want to hear it or not. But it makes for great conversation. So there's Monster Hunter 2.
Okay, they did it.
Monster Hunter Try, which could be TRI.
Yeah.
3.
Monster Hunter
Corny,
4.
but that's fine.
There's Monster Hunter 4.
Back on the
Monster
right
Hunter. This is where I went off the rails in 2018. Monster Hunter World. Then
World has 5 letters in it.
Oh.
So just to be clear, Monster Hunter World came out in 2018, and then the next mainline Monster Hunter game was, I guess you would consider it Rise. Which was 2019, 2020, 2021, 3+ years, and then another 4+ years after that for Wilds.
Monster Hunter Fall, and then Wilds.
Yes, so mainline moved away from numbers after 4.
That makes sense. A lot of franchises do that. It kind of bugs me because it gets confusing, but at the same time, I'm the same guy that's going to complain like, Monster Hunter 5? What, we have 5 of them now? So like, you're not going to make me happy no matter what, people.
And then as far as the spin-offs, there's Monster Hunter Freedom, Monster Hunter Freedom 2, Monster Hunter Portable 3rd, Monster Hunter Generations, Monster Hunter Rise, which is it shouldn't really be counted as a spin-off, but it is. And then other games.
I mean, it's a lot. It's a good helping of Monster Hunter games. Even if they are spin-offs, I think that's a lot of games.
Well, we're also talking about since 2004. It's been
21 years.
Yeah, so
21
you're getting, let's be
game
generous and say you're getting a game every 2 to 3 years, but mainline games, no, it's longer. You're getting like Monster Hunter, match 3 puzzle game on mobile devices or something like that.
I think it's incredible, especially when I'm serious. I'm being serious.
Okay.
I think it's incredible, especially because I feel like if you talk to like non-gamers, there's a chance they've heard of Mario. There's a chance they've heard of Zelda. But if you bring up Monster Hunter, no one's going to know what you're talking about. That doesn't play games. And I think that
doesn't play games, yes.
And I think that's amazing that they're that prevalent for 21 years.
Monster Hunter World is the one that finally made the franchise take off outside of Japan. It had an audience here and in Europe. But World is the one that was the breakthrough game. So their breakthrough game was only their last mainline game. It took a long time for Monster Hunter to break out outside of Japan. It's like Final Fantasy VII. It took a very long time for Final Fantasy to get a serious audience outside of Japan. So your breakthrough happened in 2018. That was the one that really cracked Europe and North America. Why? I got no clue at all.
We were just ready to hunt monsters.
Rise came out, and that did really well, but that was
maybe
Switch exclusive for a while, and then went to other systems.
I know why, because 2018 was Monster Hunter World, right?
Yes.
North America and Europe didn't know we were invited to play the game until
right.
It was called World, and then we're like, oh, everyone in the world can play this.
God, the answer was right there.
It was right there. That's exactly what it is.
That's why they stopped with numbers.
That's exactly why.
Because they're like, we need the world to know these games for them. And they're like, what about Monster Hunter World?
Numbers.
Exactly. And now they want dead people to play. So rise up, dead people from your grave.
No, wild.
Back
they
then,
want wild
they did.
People to play.
Now they want the wild folks, people living in the forest and whatnot.
Right. But
they were like, who haven't we captured? People who live in the forest who don't have video game systems. They're our last
they gotta get
demographic.
But now we have Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection. Monster Hunter Stories began on the 3DS. Monster Hunter Stories 2 was on the 3DS and the Switch. And now Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection, as far as we know, is Switch 2 only. I believe it'll go to other systems, but it won't be Switch 1. It is a Switch 2 exclusive as far as Nintendo goes. So you're not going to play this on Switch 1. We also got a new look at Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. And you might be like, but RMC, I thought you said this was a third-party thing. Well, yes, it is, because Koei Tecmo is the company that publishes these games, even though they're working with Nintendo on them.
Is this a third in that franchise, or is...
So there's Hyrule Warriors. There's Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
And this is a new one. This is
a new one. Yes.
Because I saw this, and I mean, it's my fault. I haven't played the other two, so I wouldn't know. But like, I saw this, and I was like, what are they remastering the second one? It looked kind of like what happens in the second one, or at least the characters looked the same. But what do I know?
Well, this is more. This is a brand new game, not a remaster or anything like that. But this is a. You know what? Let me read you the official description so I don't get anything wrong. Experience an untold story from Hyrule's distant past, the imprisoning war that led to the events of Tears of the Kingdom. So you get the story of what happened right before Tears of the Kingdom, So Link's not even there. No Link.
I thought Age of Calamity was what happens before Tears of the Kingdom.
Well, I mean,
maybe that happens before or what happens before.
You got it. Yes.
All right. Okay. I like a good milking. No problem.
Well, I mean, it's a story timeline, so I mean that makes sense. But as far as Hyrule Warriors being milked, I mean that's up for debate. That's if you think they're being milked. That's not a right or a wrong thing. That one is set 100 years before Breath of the Wild. I wanted to get the numbers correct. So, Age of Calamity is 100 years before, because that's got Calamity Ganon. 100 years before that. So this is before Tears of the Kingdom.
Wheel of Calamity. Turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn.
Players can experience the thrill of battle in its canonical tale. So Nintendo's stressing this is canonical. So if you care about the Legend of Zelda timeline, story, and lore, this game is canonical. It matters. It counts. It is officially part of the timeline. Features Zelda, King Rauru, and other characters teaming up to fight for Hyrule's future. But again, Link is not in it because he can't be in it because he's not there. So what craziness are they going to do? Well, that's been one of my favorite things about this reveal so far. Brought a tear to my eye from the potential excitement. So in Tears of the Kingdom, as you know, there are constructs, not robots, the stone things that are brought to life and have life, quote unquote, within them. The end of this trailer shows a construct that is very human-like. The design is very human. It is, we haven't seen a human-like construct at all. We've seen all kinds of weird looking things. This is very human-like in its shell. We didn't see its face. We saw its arms and its legs and its torso. And we see it being imbued with some sort of construct-like energy coming to life. Now, what is it? So you're going to be able to play as a construct is the main guess, obviously, but there's more to it than that. It's what spirit is inside a construct. Will this be Link channeled by Rauru through a construct from the future? Could be, but there's something else that makes it, I don't know. We don't know. But to me, it looks a little different because the end of this trailer shows you this construct being brought to life, but there's a little jingle in there. And right at the beginning, it goes, and then it goes into another song. And Nintendo fans, Nintendo never does anything musically just by accident. There's always a reason. And fans of Zelda know that jingle because that's the song of
Link.
It's a song of, I don't know how you say their name, Fi or Fi from Skyward Sword. If
you heard it he's doing a great job, but if you heard it in the trailer, you'd be like, I know that.
Yes, I showed MomBrain the trailer, didn't tell her anything.
Nice.
She heard that and she's like, oh wait, that's from, and I was like, yes, what's the name of this one? Age of Imprisonment. I'll play you the little snippet. You mother fudger. You mother of fudge. All right, ready? Give a listen. There you go, right there. You're not fooling me, Nintendo. I know that little ditty, and then you see the thing that they mysteriously hide the face of and everything. So I'm team. I say Fi. I don't know if that's right. I'm saying this is Fi. You don't play that little jingle and then not give me Fi. Plus, it's a perfect way to bring Fi back because she can't, exist. She's existing outside of the Master Sword. Put her inside the construct, and she can walk around. And you play as construct Fi. Give it to me. Give it to me, Neil. I'm all about it. If it's not somehow related to Fi, I will be shocked. But Fi is one of my favorite characters. I love that character. I shed tears for that character. She's up there with Midna for me. I really love Fi. And these, Hyrule Warriors games are always excuses for characters to come back, even when it doesn't make sense. Because they're like, here's Tingle, because Tingle. So now that this is canonical, I would love for a canonical reason for Fi to return. I'm all about it. And I think that's a really cool idea. Because if Link can't come back, then the spirit of the Master Sword coming to life in a construct, I love it. And the game is coming out this winter. Unfortunately, Nintendo didn't give us a more specific release date than that. And this winter could be 2026 because winter goes into 2026. But I hope 2025. I have become a very big fan of this franchise as someone who at first was like, I want nothing to do with this franchise. But I played the first one. I was like, that was actually way more fun than I thought. Enough to get me to play the second one, in Age of Calamity. I really liked a lot. I really enjoyed that game. So I'm like, this is like a top tier excitement level for me. And then throw in this little ditty and this question, ditty as in song, not as in the baby oil man. I'm very excited. Very, very, very excited.
I'm surprised that out of all the character, I mean, it works. If they do that, would work because of what you said. But I'm surprised that out of all the characters they could bring back, that they would choose Fi.
Who else would you? Well, it's canonical, so you have to remember that,
right?
And sure, canonically, they can make anybody work at any point. Like a portal opens and Groose shows up. Whatever. It doesn't. It could be canonical and not make sense, and to be like, that's kind of stupid that they brought him back that way. But I'll play as Groose. But who would you bring back then?
Well, it's not even that. It doesn't have anything to do. I just didn't think she was a popular character amongst the fans.
Well, Skyward Sword is the
black sheep.
I don't think it's the lowest selling, but it's one of the lowest selling. I would imagine probably Phantom Hourglass or Phantom Choo Choo or one of those is less selling, but I might be wrong. If somebody could crunch those numbers and get me what the least selling Zelda game is, I would really appreciate it. Thanks to whoever decides to take that on. Seeing Fi gave Armsy the tingles, says ST. That is true. I literally got goosebumps as I was covering this event. Goosebumps. I got goosebumps. And I teared up a little bit. Also, I should have said this from the beginning. Huge thanks to Quince and Nintendo Jam for helping me cover this direct. It was pretty manageable for us because it was a lesser one. But I really appreciate the help. Thank you so much. Jam helped out during the direct, as did Quince, and then Quince did the cleanup afterwards for all the assets and everything. So big thank you to both of them. Made it much easier. Moving on. It's been a long time, my friends, but it's happening. Madden is coming to a Nintendo system. Madden NFL 26 launches on August 14th for all the regular people. But if you want to get in early, you can get the deluxe edition, and that lets you play on August 7th. Are you ready for some football?
Oh, boy.
I don't know what the last Madden game was on the Nintendo system, but it has been a very long time. So we're getting, and EA has been very clear, this is the full fat experience. This is not a made for Switch 2 edition. This is, you get feature parity with Xbox and PlayStation versions. So this is regular, traditional, full-on, fully fledged Madden on your Switch 2 only. No Switch 2 only. 10 Division says a website called Nerd Stash or something like that said Four Swords Adventures is the least selling. That makes sense. Yes, that makes sense. Four Swords Adventures says Ice Dilbert with 810,000 copies sold. Oof. Oof.
I don't consider that part of the I know.
Just looking for least selling Zelda. It's not a mainline Zelda, certainly.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yes, if you guys would like to dig deeper and find lowest selling mainline Zelda, but you don't. I'm
Probably
whatever. You
Zelda
got me
2, The
information.
Adventure of Link.
I don't even know if there's sales numbers for that. Like they have sales numbers to some degree.
It must have done well if they kept making Zelda games, right?
Well enough, yeah. And look at that. You know, Zelda always sold well for Nintendo, but not, you know, insanely well. But it was one of their big franchises. And you get the Breath of the Wild, and it's like 30 plus million. And it's like, man, they've been doing this franchise for 20 years to 30 years, and now they're like, now it hits this milestone. It's crazy. So every franchise can have its day in the sun. As you just got to keep putting out quality entries, and the right one will hit at the right time. And it was Breath of the Wild. EA Sports FC 26 comes out September 26th. Remember, that is on the Switch and the Switch 2, but the Switch 2 version is the full fat version, and the Switch version is the, you know, Switch edition. So, Apex Legends is getting a Switch 2 upgrade. The game is available right now on the regular Switch, but this coming week, August 5th, you'll be able to play it on Switch 2, and it'll be much closer to the experience on other platforms. You still get feature parity and all that, but the graphics will be much improved. Frame rates will be improved. Resolution will be improved and all that stuff. So it'll be a better experience overall for Switch 2 players. Chillin' by the Fire was announced, and this was the one that everybody was like, what is this stuff? Because that's the way the internet works. Yes. Players can now join in on humanity's oldest social network in this campfire simulation game. Players can build and maintain campfires in a variety of different relaxing locales. Blah, 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 blah. Combat differing weather and climate, and grow your campfire to level 10 to advance. Gather up to 4 friends or family members online and use Game Share so you can be on your camera and see other people sitting at the campfire with you. Slow down and reclaim the simple joy of just sitting around and watching a campfire grow. So, yes, this game got crapped on unbelievably. There's always one. Everybody's like, can't wait for another farming sim. We didn't get any farming sims this time. So everybody's like, this camping game got a ton of crap. It launched right after the Direct. I have not played it. I thought it was an interesting idea. All I can tell you is Steven Totillo, who used to work at Kotaku and used to work at MTV before that, and is responsible for the reality show Hogan Knows Best, if you're going way back. He now does his own thing on Substack called Game File. Subscribe, send him some cash. He does excellent reporting. One of the best reporters in the video game industry, or in the video game journalism industry, and I mean that sincerely. And he's always been very helpful to me. We have a very long history. He's a great guy and a great reporter. He put out a feature about Chilling by the Fire and why he thinks it's a really cool experience and why he's really into it. So if you need a little, if you're genuinely interested in learning more about that, go read his reporting on it. But if you're just looking to dunk on it, I'm going to be honest. If you're just looking to dunk on it, go away. Like, I don't want to hear from you, but whatever. Every Direct has to have some game that people crap on, and Chilling by the Fire was the one.
I mean, I wasn't excited when I saw that, but I don't know. I thought to myself, I kind of wish that like I had friends that would play. Like I just know
like what we do in Fortnite without the Fortnite.
Exactly. So I was like, I know we would never ever play this, so I'm not going to be getting it. But like,
we got me, we got you, and we got MusicMan, and we got whatever Adam's name is.
Yeah, but why wouldn't we just play Fortnite and talk? You know what I mean? Like I don't think we'd ever go in and sit at this fire and look at each other. I don't even have the camera, but
well, you can do, like, there's gameplay in there. You do other things in the game. Yeah, I mean, I have to read the specifics of it and go in. I am nosy. I'm not like chomping at the bit to play it, but I'm always one who's into those weird experimental games. So I'm like, yeah, this is a cool idea. I mean, I got to look into it, but I read Steven Totillo's report, and he was like, you could tell he was annoyed that people weren't going to check out the game because it's like, we're going to crap all over this one. But it seems like there's something to it.
I mean, it doesn't need to, I don't know. It looks all right.
I'm going to see how much
it's one of those things that I think, like, obviously is going to be more fun based on your friend group rather than the game itself. Because like you're looking at it and like, or at least I'm looking at it, and you guys know me, I'm very judgmental. So I was kind of like, doesn't even look that good.
Oh, it's very rudimentary graphics and everything. Yeah, it's not made to be a graphical showcase or anything like that. Yeah, a quiet, low poly world where each player's voice blends with the flickering of the campfire. Grow a fire, communicate around a campfire, beauty and simplicity. So yeah, I like this kind of stuff, but I get that it's not everybody's kind of thing. 3 game modes. Normal, grow your fire and try to reach campfire level 10. Survival. Your supply of firewood is limited. Plan how to pass the flame from one log to the next and prevent the fire from going out. Playground. Use the 4 fire pits and play online to compete with friends. Whether racing to build the biggest fire, interfering with each other, or working together, it all depends on the rules you decide. So, I think you really nailed it. It's one of those games that will vary greatly in terms of mileage based on who you are playing it with. If you have the right group of people, it sounds like it could be a fun, silly time. So, but there you go. It's out now, and keep crapping on it. Not you guys, not people listening to this podcast. Definitely not. Announced by Square Enix. I believe it was the show closer. A brand new game was announced from the creators of Octopath Traveler and Bravely Default, a new HD 2D game exclusive to, no, I think it's on other platforms, but Switch 2. You can't get it on Switch. Comes out 2026. It's called The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales. It's a brand new action RPG. So as far as I know, unless memory serves me incorrectly, this is the first action-adventure use of the HD 2D engine. Everything else has been more traditional RPG. Action-adventure gameplay to create a top-down journey in a wide-open world woven across time and space. Open new paths and explore an untamed continent and reveal its mysterious history. Navigate battles with strategic support abilities provided by a helpful fairy. Comes out in 2026. Demo available now. Square Enix loves doing that. There's a demo out, and then there's a survey they want you to take after, which they've done with multiple games on the Switch. You take the survey. Square Enix actually listens, and then before the game comes out, they're like, here's what you said in the survey. Here's what we've changed. And then the game comes out. So good on Square Enix for doing that every single time with these HD 2D games. That's really cool to see. Go play the demo. I played the demo last night. I am very excited to talk to you about this game. Do you have comment on the name?
I'm going to keep it to myself.
No, because I've seen plenty of people talking about the name.
I mean, come on. You know what I think about it. I'm not going to be happy either way. If it was called Tales of Made Upia, then I'd be like stupid. And then it's called Tales of Elliot, and I'm like, Elliot, stupid. I hate ET.
All right, like, tell me where it goes wrong.
Keep the name out of it.
So
keep all names out of it. So
okay,
no human names and no made up. I started. Here's the thing. I downloaded the demo. I wasn't even going to tell you this. Downloaded the demo. And I read, what's the name of the city?
Philadelphia.
Oh my God.
Philadelphia.
I read that and I turned it right off. And I'm going to go back to it and I'm going to give it a chance. I was not in the right mindset. And I realized that.
That's fine.
But I read that name and I was like, I've already got to deal with the title Tales of Elliot. And now I'm fighting for Philadelphia.
Adventures of Elliot.
Either way. So it's a me thing. It has nothing to do because the game looks great.
The internet talked about this name too. So why is The Legend of Zelda okay, but The Adventures of Elliot isn't okay?
Elliot.
So it's just the name Elliot.
Yeah, Zelda at least has a little mystique to it, And I don't know. It's tough to say because I don't
like Elliot and Zelda are both regular names. Obviously, Zelda you hear less frequently than Elliot, but
true.
But they're both regular names, and then there's adventure or legend.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that. It's a personal thing.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just trying to understand.
Well, I'm clearly wrong. It's a title.
Well, in that sense, I don't want to say wrong, but I will say it's a shame. Yes, but we've had the adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Nobody's like, what kind of name is this? Huckleberry Finn.
I don't read that either. I don't play it or read
The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. There was that. People love that thing. Why are we you get The Adventures of Elliot and people are like, oh my God. I'm like, what am I missing? So I was trying to get the other side of it.
Yeah. I don't think it's a great name personally.
The Adventures of Lolo, we had that on NES.
Keep the name out of, keep adventure out of it. Just make it.
So we can't even have adventure.
Like Final Fantasy is a great name for a game, or
I would say it's a horrible
Sea
name.
of Stars. There you go.
I would say Final Fantasy is a horrible name for a game when literally the franchise never ends.
I'd rather play Final Fantasy 30 than Tales of Elliot based on just the title.
Adventures of Elliot. Adventures of Elliot. It
Adventures,
is not Tales of Elliot.
Realm of Elliot.
There's the Adventures of Tintin. Tintin's a stupid name too. The Adventures
Really,
of Superman.
Really
The
stupid.
Adventures. I'm trying to think of every adventure I got, and I think I'm running dry now.
I don't know.
But yeah, I don't. I look at it and I don't understand it. But I know as soon as I see most titles of anything, I'm like, here we go. I know there's going to be pushback. But you know, I also look at like that's the internet being stupid because it doesn't equate to anything real world. Because you have like Octopath Traveler, and then it sells a whole bunch, and then you know, the other one that they did, Try, you know, it's another HD 2D game by Square Enix, and I'm sure somebody in the Discord will be able to say it. God, why?
Oh, Triangle Strategy.
Triangle Strategy, and then that was okay, and like I'm like I don't understand people. I don't understand this world. Yeah, Radical Defect. I was thinking of Elliot Quest because I played that game and that was a lot of fun. It wasn't anything amazing, but so yeah. Radical Defect also says Lolo and Lala are iconic. You don't got to argue with me. I agree. Tentavision says, and the fairy's name is
Faye. That PO'd me too.
With a Y?
No, it's spelled F-A-I-A-E,
but it's
but
pronounced
they
Faye.
read it, so they pronounced it Faye, and I was like, a fairy named Faye. I almost threw my controller out the window, but I didn't have a controller in my hand because I was watching TV instead of playing a game. But yeah, like it doesn't matter because the game looks great, and I'm gonna give it a shot. But I'm allowed to say I think the name is stupid. That's all it is.
You are allowed to say it. Yes.
Like if that stopped me from playing the game, then that's on me, and that's bad.
That's the problem.
But-
It did so far.
Well, I mean, Philadelphia or whatever. What was it called again? I mean, dude,
It's like Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. It was. I mean, good Lord, Bonnie Bedelia is what it should be called, and then I would play it.
And I see like that's you and I have always had this thing where I can
You don't care about anything.
play
You-
things
you
and
s-
watch things and read things, and I can agree like, or I can feel.
But you never know.
names
You
are
never do though.
stupid.
You never do say a name is
Johnny
stupid.
Silverhand is the dumbest goddamn name I've ever
Well,
heard.
I mean, and that I disagree with you because it's an awesome name.
Philadelphia is a stupid name.
If it were the Adventures of Johnny Silverhand, I would play that over the Adventures of Elliot in a second.
But Philadelphia is a very, very stupid name. 100%. You will get no pushback from me on that at all. But that would never make me not play it or read it or watch it. And I wouldn't hear that and be like, what? Like, that's the disconnect. I can watch,
Must be nice.
hear things and be like, this name is whatever. But to get to the point where people are like, nope, that's the disconnect for me. And I don't understand it. And I've never had anybody explain it to me. I don't. It's the literal definition of judging a book by its cover.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
You're right. If it stopped me from playing, that's one thing, and I think that's bad and it's a shame. But
You do that, Radical Defect.
I'm going to check out the demo for real, and I can still think that the names are not good. And that's just it's personal.
Hi, Blood Ocean. Yeah, I want to be very clear. I'm not pushing back. Like, there is 100% nothing wrong with someone looking at a name and thinking it's dumb, weird, stupid.
Or like
I don't
having
think
it get in the way of your experience.
there's
like-
well, that's where I have an issue. But just looking at it and having an opinion.
Here's
yeah.
the thing, like, because you play something like Earthbound, and it's oozing with charm, and all the names are ridiculous, but they've got some charm to it. I can't explain the tone of Earthbound, but it's the tone that makes none of those names are stupid to me. And I absolutely love everything about that. I started playing this Elliot game, and it doesn't have that kind of whimsical patina on it. It takes itself a little too seriously. And then it's like, I'm a serious game, but here's our town, Philadelphia. And it's like, I'm taking myself really seriously. My name's Elliot, like the dork from E.T. Good night,
A Dorcas?
Malorcas to the finest order. But plus, I mean, again, like it's fine. It's a totally me thing, and I shouldn't let it hang me up, because in the past it's hung me up too many times, and I might have missed out on great experiences. So I'm gonna have to bite down hard, and just play it, and I'll probably enjoy it. And then by the time it's over, it'll be like 1,000 times Resist, where it's like I don't care that the name isn't my favorite, because it's
Bang, bang,
linked to something that means a lot to me. So you're right, RMC. I just wish I had that inside of me to not be judgmental. But I'm sorry, the second I see it, even if I don't speak it, my mind goes right there to the dark place of wanting to hate it. I don't know why.
I don't know why either, but you're not the only one, and it breaks my heart, and I don't get it. I don't get it. But like I said, what's in a name? Because you like Johnny Silverhand, and I think it's really dumb, and you don't like Philadelphia, and I agree with you on that one. And the Adventures of Elliot is fine to me, and you got a problem with it, and like they're all. That's why I look at all this, and I'm like, but not nobody. People don't get to the point where like, it's just a name. That it's just a name. That's all it is. Just a name. Just a name. Just a color. Just whatever. And
a rose by any other name would smell as sweet.
That's right. Wow. That was perfect.
Yeah,
it's true.
I thought about that too.
Barry's a dumb name if we're going to get into that. But.
All right. I can't.
Natalia.
I can't.
Natalia's a great name.
You're joking, right? Barry's a great name.
Barry's a great name because it's dumb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Barry is a dumb name.
If it was called
Johnny
The Adventure
Silverhand
of Barry,
is a dumb name, and it's just dumb. Barry, if it was called Adventures of Barry, I'd be like, that is a dumb, great name. Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah,
but ironically,
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay,
See?
you got me. You got me.
Yeah, nothing against any Barrys here. I like the name Barry. Barry Manilow. Drew Barrymore.
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds, my favorite. Moving on. Yeah, like, again, it's that division of Square Enix too. Like Octopath Traveler is a name that makes people upset. Bravely Default is a name that makes people upset.
Malik Halo is with you. This is what you said to me when, like, years ago when we first started having this conversation. He said, let's be honest, Resident Evil ain't a great name either. I disagree. Resident Evil is one of the greatest names of a video game ever, of anything ever. If you hear Resident Evil, you want to know what that is. If I hear Tales of Elliot or Adventures of Elliot, I'll still play it, but I'm not like let me look up what this is. You hear Resident Evil and you're like, whoa, my mind's blown. I gotta know.
This is this whole thing all over again, and it stems from younger people. There's a time in your life where you're young and everything makes sense. And you get to a certain age where you've decided these things existed when I was a kid and it's cool. And after that, it doesn't make any sense. And that's all there is to it. So if it is something that plays off of a riff when you were a child, then it's okay. Like if somebody was named Jungle Rat Rob now, you'd be like, what do you mean?
That is cool AF.
Thank you.
Jungle Rat Rob is so cool.
It's amazing.
Now we're all playing pretend like it's cool. But we don't mean it's seriously cool. We mean it's stupid cool.
I kind of think Jungle Rat Rob's really cool.
I do too.
It's
but
funny.
You don't
and
think it's serious cool. You think it's silly, stupid cool, and you're not being honest.
No,
if you're
I
not
think
saying
it
that.
sounds like a little bit mean, like Jungle
yes,
Rat
but
Rob.
you also are recognizing it sounds dumb.
I mean, I'm not naming my child Jungle Rat Rob.
Exactly. There you go. But yes, it is a cool name because
I'm
of
also
how
not naming my
weird
child Elliot.
and dumb it is. Yes, but that's just because you don't like the name Elliot.
I don't dislike it.
Exactly. This is my whole point. Yes, you're making my whole point.
I don't know.
Jungle Rat Rob, come on.
Yeah,
that's great.
We could do this name thing forever. And colors and names, which are a part of my history on this podcast, I will die on that hill. Everyone has the right to think a color is stupid or a name is stupid.
A color.
No. Well, you can't draw that line. I'm sorry.
I'm clarifying. We're not talking about like people's skin color.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If you got a problem with color, people look at people's color and just think that's wrong because of that color. And then they associate a whole bunch of things to it, which is just what people do with names of things. They look at a name and think it's stupid because they hear the name and they're like, nah, that's a stupid name because why would that be named like that?
Everything.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't have any problem with you looking at a color or a name and thinking it's stupid. I
do.
have a problem.
If you're looking at people's skin color and thinking they're stupid, I have a
No,
problem.
no. I mean, just the factually based part of, that alien is purple. I don't like the color purple. It's stupid. If you think the person is stupid, yes, I have a problem. But if you don't like the color, whatever, that's a aesthetic choice.
In a game.
In everything.
In media.
In a life. I would never look at you
don't think it's problematic that in real life you do think it's problematic that in real life people look at people that have different color skin and don't like them.
Why are you asking me this? Yes, 100%.
Well, because you just said I don't care.
But I'm talking about when those people look at the color, they are imbuing other things with the color. I'm just talking about if we lived in a world, you're bringing in race and people on. I'm not talking about that.
I just wanted to
but
be clear.
I was saying, I don't think you need to be clear that I'm not racist, but thank you. If we lived in a world where somebody, people were all different colors, orange, green, yellow, blue, whatever, and somebody looked at an orange person. Funny that I picked that one. And they were like, I don't like the color orange. I think that's stupid. But then stopped there and were like, this person's great. I love this person. And they didn't associate orange people are bad because they're orange. That's where I have the problem. So if somebody was like, I don't like the color orange, but this person's great, and they never determined the person based on the color orange, that's what I'm getting at. So game, book, colors of systems, I think it's fine to look at that and have a feeling about that as to whether you like it or don't like it, just based on the aesthetics of it. It makes me personally sad because it upsets me, but I don't think it's wrong to look at that and have an opinion of whether you like or don't like it. Now, when that makes you judge the thing, that's where I have a massive problem.
Or when you refuse to explore your opinion.
Yes, exactly it. So I was trying to, yes, perhaps not in the most nuanced or best way, but I was trying to say, if we lived in a world where racism actually mattered because somebody just looked at the color and didn't like the color, but then liked the person, they were like, the color has nothing to do with the person, but we don't live in that world because lots of people are like, there's this color person, they're this, that, and the other thing, and they're horrible people. That's the world we live in. But if we could live in a world where there's that purple person, I don't like purple, but I don't think anything else about purple people based on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. But clankers.
Goddamn clankers.
Are you on Clanker TikTok?
No, I don't believe so.
Clanker is the name that people come up for robots that go around stores and clean them, or robots that serve you at restaurants. So now people are doing videos where here comes the goddamn clankers and
No, the one at ShopRite's always so nice to me. Tally.
I like it. Yes, we do like them. When we were at a supermarket,
they're so polite. They always get out of my way.
Supermarket,
and it makes such a great noise.
yes,
something like that.
When we were there, I knew they were out there, but I hadn't seen one in person yet, and it was coming down the aisle and it's making the noises. And I was like, MomBrain, this is great. And it's walking up or riding up and down the aisle. So I was like, this is amazing. It's clanging. But yes, now on TikTok, it's goddamn clankers. So anyway, I hope that a whole discussion made sense. I hope you came away thinking none of us are racist or anything, especially
brought
me.
It back to Doug.
But
she was like, we're living in the land of Doug.
Exactly. Think of somebody looking at Skeeter who's blue, but everybody knows what they were doing there.
Think of somebody banging on a trash can, huh?
Drumming on a streetlight. Strumming on my banjo. Yeah. Sorry, dude. But yes, if we all could just live in the world of Doug, where we didn't see any racism in Doug, and you got yellow and green and purple and orange, and Patty Mayonnaise was just, that's why her name was Patty Mayonnaise, because she's the regular white chick. Doug was also white, but whatever. We need to live in the world of Doug.
Who is Doug's love interest?
Patty Mayonnaise.
Interesting.
Oh, sticking with the whites? Are you saying Doug is problematic?
No, but
Doug,
his best friend Skeeter, he's got the token.
Doug just made that American Eagle commercial, didn't he? Or
was
that him? Or?
There you go, Colonel. There's your drawing.
And now Duncan.
There is your drawing.
We're done for.
That is really funny. Oh, Colonel, I know it's a touchy subject, but if you drew Doug in the American Eagle ad, oh my God, that's funny. That's funny. So anyway, yes. as I was saying, sorry, I have my page refreshed. Adventures of Elliot the Millennium Tales. Stupid name, bad game. Don't play it. Moving on. Just Dance 2026 edition. No surprises there. A new Just Dance was announced.
Wait, it wasn't a bad game. You said you liked the game.
I'll tell you about it later.
Oh.
Yeah, I did. Star Wars Outlaws was shown again. That's coming out September 4th. Remember, that's the full fat experience. You can pre-order it right now. We got a surprise announcement for a game that I've really been excited about, and we had no idea it was coming to Switch 2. But it is. This is made by Bloober Team, the team who most recently did Silent Hill 2 remake, where Bloober Team, there you go. Bad name. Don't play their game. Never mind. Should I just skip this one altogether?
I don't actually mean that.
Bloober Team most recently did Silent Hill 2 remake, the remake that everybody was like, this is going to suck. And then people were like, oh, this is really good.
Oh.
But they do a lot of horror games, and their new original game, Chronos the New Dawn, is coming to Switch 2. Third-person survival horror game where time is your deadliest weapon. Survive 2 distinct eras, a brutal future, and then dive into the 1980s in Poland. Stop nightmarish creatures from merging into unstoppable abominations, and survive by bending time itself. The game looks awesome. I've been following this game in general. I was like, this looks really cool. Now we know it's coming to Switch 2 day and date with everything else, so that's where I'm going to get it. It comes out September 5th, roughly a month from now. So that was a cool surprise. Plants vs. Zombies Replanted, which, if you follow GoNintendo, you already knew about, because we had all the ratings leaks from all over the world, and we knew this game was coming to Switch and Switch 2, it turns out. So we knew the Switch version. We didn't know Switch 2, but Switch and Switch 2, it's Plants vs. Zombies Replanted, so the classic game, but remastered and upscaled, HD.
I wonder if they'll use mouse controls.
New levels. Doesn't say. They sent me a bigger press release, so I'll have to go check. That's a great question.
But this is basically this is a game that already existed, kind of.
Yeah, it's the 15-year-old game, but redone.
I like Plants vs. Zombies. I played the first and the second one on the iPad, and I liked it.
Yeah, a lot of people still are big into it. So, and plus, 15 years, whatever. It's a long time. You know, I don't like remakes and remasters, but that's a decent amount of time. So, sure. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is coming to Switch and Switch 2 and surprisingly Switch. I don't know how that game's going to work on Switch, but they're doing it. But Switch 2 as well. That comes out November 14th. As I already talked about, Once Upon a Katamari. First new Katamari game in 14 years. And it gives you exactly what you want. You roll the Katamari around, you pick stuff up, you make it as big as you can, and you send it to the king in the sky. You go to different eras now. So Jurassic period, Ice Age, historic Japan, and other areas. So you're going to be going all throughout time to collect stuff now, not just around tabletops and in cities, regular cities. Character customization, new 4-player multiplayer mode that lets you play online if you want. There are 69 different cousins for you to select from as well in the family, and you can change the look of the face.
Was it Shelbyville?
That's right. A new soundtrack, which is absolutely crucial. And they made a point to say this new soundtrack has brand new songs, as well as returning bands from the original Katamari doing brand new songs. So it's a completely new soundtrack, but some of the bands from the first Katamari are coming back for new songs. So that's great. The song in the trailer was great. The song in the music video was great. So I have very high hopes. One of my favorite soundtracks from a game. I know Deux loves that soundtrack as well. So
yeah,
all about it. Looks great. They were like, we haven't had a new Katamari in forever. The music's really important. The gameplay's not broken. So let's just do it up like we used to.
I liked that about it because I was watching it and I had my fun with Katamari and I was like, okay, they're staying true to Katamari. And then there was a special spot where they were just like, and these bands are back. And it was like, oh, they know exactly how important the music is. Yeah. It's just as important as the rest of the game.
Yeah. Very important.
And cool. Like the fact that they're highlighting that, I was like, how could this go wrong?
If you're going to show a new Katamari, in my mind, like if you're making a new Katamari, the soundtrack is like a very important part of that experience. It just makes the whole thing that much more fun and has made the game so much more memorable for me. So yes, I'm very glad to see that. And I really like that they're bringing back some of those bands to do new songs or take new songs from them. So whoever's in charge on that project, they get it, which is great.
As long as they get that Japanese Frank Sinatra guy there. I want to whirl you up into my life.
Yeah, I don't know his name. I'd have to look at the list of people they've listed, but hopefully he's in there.
Let's
They got
lump
back
up
that I saw they got back that kids
tonight.
choir with the song that makes me cry, where it's like la 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 la, and then you hear like the little kids singing. It's like got the money to that's my Japanese trying not to be offensive, but they brought that kid band back, so that I'm very happy to see that. Moving
They're
on,
probably not kids anymore.
new kids. The band still exists, but yes.
Oh, New Kids on the Block. They're doing this.
New kids are doing it. I should be more
Yes.
clear. Octopath Traveler 0 was announced. The brand new Octopath game. Start from zero and a personal quest of restoration and retribution. This is a prequel to the first Octopath Traveler. Over 30 recruitable party members, an engaging story, all new features, and returning core elements like the HD 2D graphics, break and boost battle system. Comes out December 4th on Switch and Switch 2. Now, get it where you want it, because there's no upgrade path. So don't buy it on Switch and think you can upgrade to the Switch 2 one. So if you are waiting to get a Switch 2, wait to get this game. No upgrade path. You can still play the Switch 1 version on your Switch 2, but you will not have any enhancements. This was the game that started off HD 2D, and now we're 3 installments deep. So, or if you want to count the mobile game, 4 installments deep. So great to see another Octopath Traveler come around and be at the launch of Switch 2. It's like, it's poetic, as George Lucas would say. Repeats itself. Do you want to say something about the name?
Not about the name, no. I was just gonna say what I said before about that other game. It's great. Must be great to be an Octopath Traveler fan. Every 2 minutes there's a new one coming out. So congratulations.
I'm not
to
pushing back.
Octopath fans.
I'm not pushing back on this. I'm gonna go to get the exact timeline, because that's much...
You said 3 or 4 installments, so that's
No, I'm gonna make you listen to the timeline, because you talk about it must be great, and there's really not that many games.
It must be. If you're an Octopath Traveler in Discord, tell me or not if it's great.
Okay, so first one was 2018. Then there was the mobile game in 2020. I don't know if you want to count that, but the mobile game didn't come out worldwide until 2022. Sequel, Octopath Traveler 2, came out in 2023. And now you get your third one at the end of this year, 2025. So you've gotten 2018, 2023, 2025. That's it. Must be great.
I think it must be great. I mean, what's that? 7 years, and you got 4 games. That's pretty dang good.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 8 years, and we're almost at 9.
And we got
8+ years.
We got somebody speaking sense finally in the Discord. Radical Defect says it took 23 years for Streets of Rage 4 to come out. Now where's Streets of Rage 5?
I mean, I'm
but
still
back
waiting
in the day,
for
it must have been great to be a Streets of Rage fan, because you got 3 of them in like 4 years.
Not only was it great to get that many games, because it was great.
Hi, Kyle.
Because that's what I'm saying. It's great if you're a fan of those things. I'm
Hi,
not trying to deride anybody.
We know what you're trying to do.
No, I'm enjoying talking about video games with my friends. But if you want to talk about cool names, Streets of Rage doesn't get better. Tell me.
Can you tell me a bad name from your childhood?
Yeah, I can.
I mean, you can take the rest of the show, but go ahead. Yeah.
I'll think about it.
You do that. And it has to be a thing you like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got plenty of time. I mean, you don't even have to do it today. It's just whenever it comes up for you.
Can there be one that I thought was stupid back then, but I like now? That's an interesting thing. Yeah, isn't that weird? Very weird.
Yeah, I'll take it.
10-Yard Fight. I hated that name when I was a kid because it sounded like a fighting game, and it was like a football game. Now, I think that's a really cool name, personally. But anyways, that's one example. That's like a reverse example.
That is a reverse example. But yes, 10-Yard Fight, as far as, I guess if you're a football fan, you would imagine what other sports have what sports where their yards are talked about often. So I'd imagine a football fan would know that it's a football game, but not a great name for a football game.
I don't know. Everything I'm thinking of is awesome, like Rolling Thunder and Super Thunderblade. And is there another Thunder one?
Thunder Force,
3D World Runner, Contra Force. Like they're all like the coolest names ever. I mean, Double Dragon, Battletoads. I mean, every name is
Battletoads
awesome.
is such a stupid name.
How is that stupid?
Because it's literally just a ripoff of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is also a stupid name.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I am nostalgic for many
I know
things,
what
but
you're-
I'm not blind to names being
I know
dumb.
what you're
Teenage
doing.
Mutant Ninja Turtles is a stupid ass name.
I think we should stop.
RoboCop
I think
is a
we should
stupid
stop.
name.
I think we should.
Maybe
No, we're doing it.
look, maybe you're right. Because all these names you're saying I think are excellent still today, but maybe it was just because I was a kid when I heard them. Who knows? I don't want to believe that.
That's what it is.
I don't want to believe it.
Speaking of great names, I love that we're going to this next. Yakuza Kiwami and Yakuza Kiwami 2. Romy Cowboy is a stupid name. Yeah, PC, you're not going to get any argument there. Experience Japan's Criminal Underground with these classic action adventure beat 'em ups on Switch 2. They both come out November 13th. There you go. The original Yakuza Kiwami. I don't know what Kiwami means. It means something. And the sequel, same day. Pac-Man World 2. How do we feel about that name?
I mean, Pac-Man, right? Like, what does that even mean?
And it used to be Puck-Man. Just asking how we feel about it. Pac-Man World.
I'm not. I abstain.
Okay.
Yeah, I got no problem with Pac-Man, but again, that's like, because
Here's
I've
the
known him
subtitle.
I've known him my whole
Here's
life.
the subtitle.
Oh, here we
Pac-Man
go.
World 2 Repack.
I mean, I'm not going to get upset about it. It's
Pac-Man World 2 revived, remade, remastered. No, remade. It's not a remaster. I really liked Pac-Man World 2. It wasn't an amazing game, but it was a fun 3D platformer. That's the one I have fondest memories with. And that's coming out on Switch 2 and the regular Switch on September 26th.
Man. So there's a few names that people are bringing up in the Discord that now I'm seeing. You were right, RMC. I mean, I knew you were right, but like, I just liked them because I was a kid. Toe Jam and Earl. I love
Terrible
it.
name.
I love it. I think it's the best name ever. But if it came out today, I'd
Hi, Tony.
Skate from
Earthworm
Streets of Rage
Jim.
2.
Earthworm Jim.
Like, like he said Skate from Streets of Rage 2. I think that's a stupid name. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. This is how it works, and people don't recognize it. This is, by and large, this is how it works. I'd say more often than not. That's how it works. This could be, I talk about this all the time with MomBrain. When people are kids and younger adults, they are just consuming and enjoying. And then the hormones kick in, puberty kicks in, and you become a cynical asshole. And it happens to almost everybody. It's a part of growing up. It happens, but then you're
There's
supposed
like
to
neurological reason, like developmental reasons why that all
But
happens.
then, as time goes on, you're supposed to like recognize that and grow and be and let be and not be so judgmental. But people don't do that. And nowadays people lean more into it. So yes. And when I was a kid, I didn't just dislike the name Toe Jam and Earl. I was disgusted by it because I don't like the idea of toe jam and I don't like things in between my toes. So I was just like, this name's terrible. But
I
the
never
game
thought of
looked great.
actual toe jam when I thought of Toe Jam and Earl.
It's in the name.
I totally understand it.
The man's got 3 legs. He's got even more toes to put the jam in between.
Well, maybe he doesn't. How many toes does he have?
I haven't
That's
seen
a
him
good
without
point.
his shoes.
He's only got one toe per foot. So he's only got, so he's actually
so
down
that
2
jam's
toes.
impossible. You can't even get jam then.
So, but
No toes to jam in between.
I just never thought of actual toe jam. I just thought like, I don't know, I guess
That's
like
funny.
grungy stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I always thought of Toe Jam when I heard that.
PC,
I never did.
PC, this is really funny. PC says, honestly, I tried to explain the plot of Death Stranding to my director at work, and it was coming out of my mouth, and I was like, oh, wow, these words are all just nonsense. Yep, there's another one. Yep. Kojima is one of the greatest defenders of bad names, characters, and games.
Mm-hmm.
Metal Gear Solid. What the fart are you saying? What are you saying? Metal Gear Solid? That's 3 words you cram together.
I don't have a problem with that at all,
Not even
obviously,
close.
but like, it makes sense because Metal Gear is the name of the machine that they make, and Solid is because of the protagonist is named Solid Snake. So
yeah,
I
those
don't
names
see any
separately
problem
mean
with this at
things
all.
in the game, but the game's name is Metal Gear Solid,
If
which
it
tells
was
you
called-
nothing about anything.
if it was called Philadelphia Elliot, I would be like, no, thank you. So there you go.
That's the name of the town in the game, and that's the name. Yeah, so exactly. That's the point. Yeah. Metal Gear was around when we were a kid. Can't get away from it.
Sorry,
get away from it.
I think Metal Gear is cool. Like, even if you could say it's stupid, or you could say you don't like it, and that's fine, and that's your right to say that. But like, I personally think Metal Gear, I think it's two words that go together really well, and it's like the super weapon that they build.
Metal Gear
it's like part of the story. Like, I think it's a great game. I mean, I'm a great name.
Metal Gear is a cool sounding name, yes, but I think it's also a dumb name. Like, I can like the sound of a name. Metal Gear is like, it sounds cool to say. It feels good to say. Metal Gear Solid, I feel the Solid ruins it.
We're gonna have to move on from this conversation because like it gets too then, because the whole thing is just subjective. It's all subjective.
But we're talking about but this is why we don't move on. This is why we dive deeper, because we're getting to the reasons of names and how they dictate what people do and how people treat things.
It's all personal. For me personally, I want to keep names out of it. Don't put your name in a title, please, if you can help it. The Truman Show. Get it out of here.
The examples that have names in them and you like.
The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, exactly. Just to keep line up. See, this is why this conversation is so interesting, and I very much appreciate you having it with me. I do. I think it's fascinating. The Simpsons.
Alf.
Don't even try and tell me that's a bad name.
It's a great name. It's a great name, and The Simpsons is a great name too.
The Hogan family.
They're all great. Okay, they're fine. All that stuff's fine.
Harry
Sitcoms are fine.
Harry
Sitcoms are fine. We can't be talking about the sitcoms.
See, now there's a sitcom rule. Moving on. Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles, which we already knew about. It's coming out September 30th. We got another look at it. That's Switch 2 and Switch. There is an upgrade path for that one, and it is free. So you can get the Switch game and upgrade to the Switch 2 version and pay no additional cost. One of the rumored titles for a while now got confirmed. Persona 3 Reload is coming to the Switch 2. There have been rumors for a long time that game was held off for the Switch 2. Turns out that is true. October 23rd, so it's coming out soon. So if you haven't played Persona 3 Reload yet on any systems, or you haven't played Persona 3 in general, you can now play that on Switch 2. The game I showed MomBrain a trailer for because I knew she would like it. Hella is coming to Switch 2. See the world through the eyes of a tiny yet brave mouse in a handcrafted world inspired by
that looks pretty good,
folklore.
actually.
Yes, it looks like a lot of fun.
You're trying to cure you're the familiar of this witch trying to cure her disease.
It's like Zelda, 3D Zelda-esque, but you're a little rat exploring, and you can play solo or team up with friends in seamless co-op or in local split screen as well.
Are you a rat or a mouse?
Am I a lady?
Or
I don't know. I thought it was a
rat. It says mouse here.
Oh, it's a mouse.
It looks like it's a big mouse.
Yeah,
it's a rat
big
mouse.
It's like that.
See the world through the eyes of a tiny yet brave jungle rat Rob and a handcrafted world. 2026 is all it says. Borderlands 4, we got another look at. Romancing Saga 2 got a Switch 2 update. It's available right now. Hello Kitty Island Adventure, we got to look at Wheat Flower Wonderland, where you join a new Sanrio character, Kagumyun, and explore a whimsical Wheat Flower Wonderland to craft powerful wands, unlock the story, and transform into your most magical
wheat
self.
Flower wands.
That comes out this fall. Shinobi, Art of Vengeance, which we knew about, comes out August 29th, but a demo released that day. So there's a demo right now.
Ooh, I got to try it.
NBA Bounce, a new arcade-style
Jam
NBA game.
ripoff.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly they're playing off Jam. Arcade style basketball game. But EA's not doing anything with Jam anymore. Last time we saw Jam was on the Wii, which was a really good game, actually. Good Night Universe. Good Night Unicorn. An emotional adventure that puts you in the role of a 6-month-old baby developing mysterious psychic powers. That comes out November 11th on Switch and Switch 2. And there you go. Entropy says, well, it was a direct, if nothing else. Yeah, not like a heavy hitter. I would argue there were some great things in there, but not a heavy hitter. And as partner showcases, that's how they work. I think what Entropy said is true. It was a direct. There you go. Partner showcase, and you got a partner showcase.
Is Shinobi the game that has this Streets of Rage people working on it, or was it the Ninja Gaiden game?
Yes. Ninja Gaiden. which is out now, and it's out right now. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to play that yet. I was going to see how last night went, but I wanted to play the demo of the game that shall not be named.
I didn't mean to make it such a huge deal because it's not, but like I just don't care for it. It makes me think of E.T. It's a person, and again, that goes back to childhood. You know, something I didn't like from my childhood was E.T.
I don't think I've ever seen it. E.T.
Really?
Yeah.
Reese's Pieces.
I
was
don't.
more of a Flight of the Navigator kind of gal.
All right. I don't think it would impress you now.
Mm.
But who knows?
Yes, but yes, Radical Defect. But what's their name? Dot Emu or whoever is involved with the project. Shinobi game has a Streets of Rage 4 dev, says White Lens. Let's go dive into this specifically.
Maybe it was the music from Streets of Rage is in the composer from Streets of Rage.
I'm just going to go
in Ninja Gaiden or something.
Yes, there we go. Okay, so Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is developed by the Game Kitchen. The Game Kitchen did Blasphemous and Blasphemous 2, but it is also published by I'm going to guess it's .mu because I imagine it's related to emulation. And .mu was also involved with Streets of Rage 4.
Oh.
So I know .mu is the they developed Streets of Rage 4 specifically, and they are the publisher of Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. But I know they oversaw the project as well.
That's why they were hired, because Rage is in the name, and they were like, "There's only one company that can make a Rage game."
There is a connection, and then let's do Shinobi Art of Vengeance wiki, just so we get all the facts. We want to get everything correct. Developed by Lizard Cube and Seven Studios. And Lizard Cube is another one that's in there with all that stuff. Lizard Cube. Also did Streets of Rage 4. They did Wonder Boy, the Dragon's Trap, and all that. So it's all these teams dancing around each other. Hi, Ruffle. Good to see you. I didn't even catch your name. I apologize. Kyle says I'm Eskimo brothers with the actor who played Elliot in E.T.
I want to know more about that, to be honest with you.
Kyle,
I think that we prefer the term wiener cousins.
Can you keep this going? I'm going to pee my pants.
I think Eskimo brothers might be a little bit culturally insensitive. So can
wiener cousins?
Can we use the phrase wiener cousins around?
Yes, tell us more. I'm very interested in hearing about this. I'm sorry I have to pee, but I got to go. And this show is running so late because we're talking about so much. We're going to speed through some things and cut out some others. I apologize, but right now I'm going to pee. I see Kyle typing. Information is coming.
About being a wiener cousin with Elliot.
Yeah, I've got nothing, PC, I've got nothing against Henry Thomas, the actor who played Elliot. In fact, I just quickly Googled him again, and he's been in a bunch of like horror movies, contemporary horror things that I like. So I think he's good. He's kind of creepy, but he can play creepy, but he can also play normal. And it was probably a great experience for a young boy to work on a Spielberg set. I'm not upset at all about any of that. I just didn't care for the movie. Even as a kid, I remember thinking that the movie wasn't good. And it's E.T. Everyone talks about that or likes that. Who's seen it? So
well, I think that might be a nostalgia thing too, right? Like.
Probably
maybe you liked it as a kid and brought it in. Like, I don't know. I imagine the Goonies doesn't hold up to a lot of like kids today.
Yeah, I'm sure if somebody watched the Goonies for the first time today, it might not hit like it did.
Yeah. So, that's just my own.
I don't know.
So Kyle Lanquin says he's from San Antonio and we both like punk women. And that is how they became wiener cousins.
That's interesting. I wonder. I mean, there's still more I would like to know, but maybe this isn't the right format for all this.
For the wiener cousin discussion? Perhaps not.
Yeah.
Perhaps not. I did ride the E.T. ride at, what was it, Universal maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I remember
having fun on that when I was a kid.
Yeah, and you give it your name in the beginning. And it says like goodbye, raw, like E.T. is like says everybody's name, like raw meat, do. And when I was a kid and we did it, was maybe like in middle school. I went with my mom and dad, and I have 2 cousins, and my parents were like, "Ooh, let's give them their names," because we thought that we got like a card with names on it or something like that, and so it was like, "Oh, it'd be a great souvenir," but instead it just ended up saying their names instead of our names at the end of the ride, and it was like, "Oh, that wasn't
bummer."
That was kind of a bummer. Like, oh. What?
Okay, but I didn't want to touch the Ethernet cord. Okay, I'm back. So sorry about that. All right, yeah, I'm gonna have to streamline this show because we're not doing a 7-hour show, as much as I know people would like. But we, Deux and MomBrain have lives, and I value them being here, but I value their lives more and want them to live freely. So let me see. We're gonna do some culling right now. I have to do this, but this could be quick. Nintendo's Q1 fiscal their Q1 of their current fiscal year, which just started. So this fiscal year ends March 2026. We got the first quarter results, which is the first quarter where we found out Switch 2 information. Let me break down all the specifics, but very quickly.
Break it down.
Switch 2 sold in, so this data ended June 30th. As of June 30th, the Switch 2 sold 5.82 million units worldwide. That is an incredible start. Nintendo has also said, they said in their report that in its first 7 weeks, the Switch 2 has sold 6+ million, and they apologize because they said many countries are still having trouble with stock and are working to fix that. So 6+ million units in 7 weeks. The thing's a juggernaut. It's unbelievable. Let's hope it keeps up that way. But Nintendo has done very good with replenishing stock. That's great to see. Switch 2 software sold 8.67 million units so far. And Mario Kart World has sold 5.6 million units. So that's your split between Mario Kart World and software in general. So there you go. Switch sold basically 1 million units in this quarter. So very clear. People were like, I'm holding off on the Switch because I'm going to get a Switch 2. Not surprising, really. Switch software moved another 24 million units. We don't need to do all that other stuff. Obviously, the numbers are very good for Nintendo and everything is up. Million sellers, there's really no new information to talk about there. Everything is pretty much as it was. Everything went up by hundreds of thousands, if not millions of units, but it's their first quarter report, so you don't get as much. We don't need to do any of that. We also don't need to do that. The calendar of software for Switch and Switch 2 going forward was shared, but nothing was changed. So here you go. Drag and Drive comes out August 14th. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, the Switch 2 edition, plus Star-Crossed World comes out August 28th. I'm so farting excited for that because I loved that Kirby game, and the thought of having new, remixed, refreshed, and brand new levels to play in that game, all about it. Really, really, really want to play that. So that's August 28th. Pokemon Legends ZA, I apologize, Deux. That comes out October 16th. Remember, that's on Switch and Switch 2. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment is the only game that doesn't have a specific release, well, one of 2 games on this list that doesn't have a specific release date. It says this winter. So that probably means 2026. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond was listed for 2025, just blanket 2025. Kirby Air Riders listed for 2025. So if you need any more proof that there's going to be another Direct this year, there's your proof. And then Splatoon Raiders was listed as to be decided. No official information on that. Let's say, scoffed in disbelief at that. Where the scoff came from, we won't say. I don't believe it. Switch release dates. What do we got? Pokemon Legends, same thing there. Metroid Prime 4, 2025. Tomodachi Life Living the Dream is 2026. Rhythm Heaven Groove is 2026. And Pokemon Champions is 2026. All the same information there. So the Switch is officially 1 million units away from dethroning the DS's lifetime sales. So we will get there with the Switch. It is officially going, well, it's not official, I guess. the ass could fall out of Switch sales completely and it won't happen, but that's not going to happen. It's going to happen. Switch will dethrone the DS. And then we'll see if it reaches the PS2 until Sony decides that the PS2 sold another 8 million units. But there you go. Did all that. This is very important to discuss. If you live in Canada or if you live in the United States, Switch 2 hardware and accessories have gotten more expensive thanks to tariffs. So unfortunately, guys, effective tomorrow in the United States, effective now in Canada, the price of the Switch Lite, and select Switch accessories has gone up. Some of them have gone up $50 worth. Obviously, that's the bigger things. But your Amiibo and stuff could be up $5, $10. Alarmo has gone up in price as well. So certain Switch 2 accessories have gone up in price as well. Nintendo's made it clear, though, that the Switch 2, the system, physical and digital games, as well as online memberships will remain unchanged for this time. So Switch 2 price is not going up.
Crazy.
But I do say, please note that price adjustments may be necessary in the future, depending on what happens with tariffs. So there you go.
That's in all 50 states, even the state of Orrington.
Orrington is the one where it's the worst, actually. It's reports have come in that the percentages are much higher there. Joe Shabadoo says, if you told younger me that in the future, 8+ years old, video game hardware would see price increases compared to the launch MSRP, I would have either said you're a liar or a collection of terrible circumstances has plagued the world. Sucks that it's the latter. I agree.
Man, that's a pretty smart kid to say that, like
smarter than to push this out sandwich between the more positive news, but this casts a frightening shadow over the industry and media. Yes, my friend, if we had another podcast, we would have a lot to say on this. And I mean, like a podcast not related to, or not mostly related to video games. Yes, we would all have big thoughts to share on this. So we hear you and we agree. Right? We bang that out. I'm going to say this very quickly. A Pokemon trading card game Pocket update was set to come out. Some of the artwork for the cards leaked. Someone said that art looks like that's a piece of fan art taken from this person. That person agreed. Turns out that was the case. Somehow a piece of fan art was used as an artwork in this game.
Stuff keep happening.
Pokemon Company put out a statement and they said, we apologize. This was the artwork. We stopped. So they said the update's coming out, but those cards are yanked. So there will be placeholder artwork for those cards. They said, but yes.
Did anyone get a pack with those?
No, this is a digital game, so you can't get it. And the update, when the update came out, they had placeholder cards. So only leaked data mined people knew of this happening. So Pokemon Company stopped it before.
So this artist can't sue or anything. Get like a big Pokemon
here's the
payday.
other thing. Pokemon has a legal thing that says if you make artwork of our characters and do whatever,
will crush you.
We have the rights to it. But Pokemon Company made it clear and said this happened. This is not the artist's fault because they're internal artists. They said it's not their fault because we use artwork for reference and stuff like that. He said this was the Pokemon Company said it's our fault, the company's fault. Please don't attack the internal artists. It's not their fault.
No one was going to attack the artists.
They did. They told them, yeah.
We were going to go after
They put out the statement because it stopped or because it started. Yeah. The artist was getting death threats.
Why? I don't want to know why. God.
I want to stress not the fan artist, the artist within Pokemon Company, because they thought the artist within Pokemon Company stole the fan art.
Oh, I see.
So he got death threats.
I understand.
And Pokemon Company said it is not his fault. It is our fault.
Give us the death threats.
Yes. So that stopped and whatever. So, and they apologized and they said it's all them. So they did it the right way and were very public about it. So everything ended well. That's good.
There you go.
It would end better if they were like, here's some money for the artist. That's not going to happen. But at least they owned up to the thing and they said it's our fault.
They're kind of strapped for cash, right? Because they.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I could.
Here we go. Defend them. Defend big business, buddy. Do it.
Are you going to
give it to us?
Not at this table.
See, now I didn't get my thing out. Now you're not going to believe me.
I
was going to say I could Nikki Hill devil's advocate it, but I don't want to seem like I'm defending big business, so I'm not going to. That's what I was going to say. But now nobody's going to believe that. No, I 100% think if this situation is as it appears to be, then they should kick some cash to that guy just to be like, okay, like we used your art as reference. Legally, we can do that and not credit or pay you because that's in our terms of service. But because of the way this went down, here's some money. That's what I think that's what they should do personally.
Yeah, but
from a legal
I'm
standpoint.
sure legally, if they give them money, then it's admitting that
and which is why I didn't want to get into the whole thing, because that's the point I was going to make, because they can't go down that rabbit hole. But maybe behind the scenes, in a world we'll never see, they were like, here's a couple $100. Don't say anything. Did that happen? Who knows? We'll never know. Probably not. But that's exactly why I didn't want to talk about any of it. But we did, and now we're done. Yeah, we're gonna do this, and it is Pokemon related, and I'm sorry, but it's fun because it involves not Pokemon stuff.
I'll be the judge of that.
We did this last year. We're doing it this year. Pokemon Company has raked in $12 billion at retail in 2024. That makes them part of the top 10 for global licensed properties. $12 billion makes them number 7 overall. And believe it or not, this 12 billion is up from 2023's number, which was 1.2 billion. So up by by 10. Nuts.
Wow.
9. Now the fun part. I'll say this. With 2024 figures accounted for, that means total revenue from licensing for Pokemon companies now over 103.6 billion, making it the highest figure for a media franchise, bar none. Number 1. Now, the fun part. What else is number in the top 10? Top 10 global licensors. So you're thinking
Disney.
Disney is number 1. Yes.
Barbie.
Well, Barbie's not a license.
Mattel.
Yeah, now you're talking. But Mattel, yes, Mattel's number 9.
Wow, you're good at this.
So you're thinking of companies that own everything, and the things that they own make a lot of money. Disney, obviously,
Comcast.
number 1. Comcast. No,
Universal.
but I'll give you partial credit because NBC Universal's on there. Yes, number 4.
Oh, Netflix. A Netflix.
No, because they're just making subscriptions money. They're not like licensed. Oh, they do stuff, but not a lot.
Roblox.
Good
Or
one.
like,
I wonder where Roblox would be on this list. It's not here, but Roblox has to be in the top 50.
but Pokemon Company's there, but Nintendo wouldn't be there, right?
Now you're on the trolley. That's correct. Yes.
God.
Let's see. You wouldn't know
Like,
that. You wouldn't know
Minions
that.
belong to
You would know
Universal,
that.
But I'm just trying to think of like stuff that you're just.
There's
like,
ones
it's
you know on
everywhere.
here. Number 10, you know.
Hello Kitty.
Yes, there you go. Sanrio is
Oh.
number 10. Yes.
Like Harry Potter or something?
Does that fall under Universal?
would that
that
be-
falls under someone.
Warner Brothers?
Yes, Warner Brothers is on here. Number 6. Number 8, I don't know who it is. Blue Star Alliance. No idea what they own, but some big stuff.
Amazon?
No, because they're not like a licenser. They're a retailer. Like licensed properties like Star Wars, Lego, Harry Potter, Mario, Pokemon. I almost said it. Warner Brothers Discovery is number 6. Number 5 you haven't gotten. You definitely know them. It's I don't want to give too big of it. We're pressed for time. It's a toy company.
Hot Wheels.
It's a parent company of a whole bunch of toys. You 100%
Galoob.
know it. No,
Son of a gun.
it is represented in Toy Story.
Slinky.
That-
Potato Head. Mr. Potato Head. Play School.
Maybe I'm wrong on that. Let me see.
Huh.
Mr. Potato Head is who I was thinking of, but
I think he's Play School. Or Fisher Price.
I'm looking it up now. No, I'm right. No, I'm right. No, you're
Mattel, Fisher
Nope,
Price,
nope.
Play School.
you're barking up the right tree. You're just not getting the right branch.
I don't remember.
I knew it because of a game show. Oh, it's a game show I watched that you hated. Hosted by Todd Newton. Kids and families were on it together. It was an hour long. She's gonna get it.
Family Game Night.
Yep,
Hasbro.
Hasbro. There you go. I really like that show. Hasbro is number 5. NBC Universal. Another one I don't know. Dot Dash Meredith. No idea. Number 2, I don't know. Authentic Brands Group. Don't know. And then number 1 is Walt Disney.
Those scare me when they're like that high up and you've never heard of them. It's like, what kind of cabal of millionaires is owning this crap?
Cabal wins. Kyle Knowlton says, I contributed about $20 of that. There you go, Pokemon Company, $20. It all helps. We're done. I'm going to blow through the releases. The European releases aren't in here. Nintendo Jam.
We're
what
really
the hell?
blowing through then.
Well, then I guess they just won't be done this week. North America, MomBrain, hit me up with my jingle, please.
You got it.
Jingle that jingle. Switch 2 got Handy Hockey. And also Dear Me, I Was, which is a short visual novel with artwork from the guy who did artwork for Hotel Dusk and lots of others. Trace Memory. Yes.
That reminds me, today I went on a walk with a friend and we
things.
saw a family of deer, a buck, a doe, and a baby.
Very nice. And available on the Switch, 2-in-1 Crazy Sports, Ad Aquilonum Seto's Journey, Airjet Fighter Sky Assault, Alien Breakout, Ants Empire Colony, Astral Takers, Boba Tea Merge, Capybara and Friends Cozy Bundle, Cats Visiting the Cinema, Cloudy Valley, Coffee Shop Simulator, Cook Serve Forever, Date with Devils, Demon Slayer, The Hinokami Chronicles 2 comes out August 5th. The PC 8801 version of Manhattan Requiem, Angels Flying in the Dark. Escape game, The Odd Crime Scene. Esophagize. It's guys with really stretchy necks, and I'm not lying.
Gross.
Find the Text. Galaxy Roll. Groove Coaster Future Performers. It's a brand new Groove Coaster game. Hidden Object Bundle. Hollow's Hanafuda. Hotel Simulator. Ion Shift. Korean Drone Flying Tour Hanggang Park. And Korean Drone Flying Tour Odongdu Dragon Cave. Mini Wheels Racers, Turbo Toy Playground, Missing Owner, Morgan Metal Detective, Motel Owner Simulator, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, Paws and Whiskers, Pine Drop Veil, Pocket Hero, Rookie Basketball Shoots, SCP Foundation Universe Horror, Spell Disc, Spy Drops. Spy Drops is a brand new Metal Gear Solid inspired PS1 aesthetic tactical espionage game. Look into it if you like that kind of everything. Sunbury Valley, Sunrest Oasis, Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game. The Aquarium Does Not Dance. The Organized Cappy God. The Wizard of Bug. Time Flies. Time Flies has been in the works for such a long time. Tools Up and Servonauts in a bundle. Troublemaker, Turbo Kid, yes, that is a game based on the movie. Yosei Wars, and Whip Skyfly. First comment comes from Steister. I got detention in middle school once for playing handy hockey during recess. That's the kind of comment I'm looking for. And the European ones weren't there, so we'll leave them to Nikki to speak their name later on.
Hey, what are your thoughts on music so I can get myself prepared or not?
Just do half.
Okay.
MomBrain, what have you been playing?
Nothing.
Dude, what have you been playing?
Ooh, played some Animal Crossing New Horizons. Played some Fortnite.
Animal Crossing New Horizons.
I tried out Mario Paint.
Mario Paint.
I'd never played it back in the day.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I drew a penis. What else? Yeah, I wish I was artistic because it's so cool, and it's so cool that they utilized the mouse controls for it. And I mean, that's how it was back in the day, I guess, right? It came with that mouse.
Yeah, the plastic. You had the mouse with the plastic mouse pad and like the roller ball inside the mouse that you had to take out and clean because it got hairs stuck in it.
The technology is amazing now. It's amazing where they've come and how you could just that easily use it. So really cool. I wish I was more artistic, But yeah, I just drew like a big penis and wrote Mario's Place on it. I thought that was kind of funny.
Mario's Place.
But yeah, I sent that to RMC because I was like, he's gonna get a kick out of this, which he did.
I
But
liked
then,
it.
but then he was like, here, take a look at what people are doing, and like sent me. I don't know. It was like Leonardo da Vinci got a hold of this Mario Paint, and it had like music and everything. I didn't even know that was a thing. Music and like
and animation.
Yeah, it was a
drawing.
straight animation. It was like beautiful, and I was like, and I'm over here drawing like a shaft and balls. So I quit that.
It was nice.
Thanks.
If you want to see the amazing artwork, it's actually someone that's been a longtime fan of the site. And we used to do an animated series together. And by that, I mean he did the series and we hosted it. Hey Phil Summers. You can find him on socials at Hey Phil Summers. HeyPhilSummers. He's the guy that was behind the GoNintendo. What was it called? I want to get it right because I always mix it up with the computer thing. Let me look it up. Phil Summers. GoNintendo. That should do it, right? Of course it didn't. Oh, here we go. Yes. Look up Shamoozle on YouTube and you get all of his stuff. He did a whole bunch of amazing animated things for us. So cool. Read Only Memory is what it was called. So many, you know what? I can just link you guys. But he on social media, if you go again to Hey Phil Summers, he's been posting up some incredible Mario Paint stuff. Why can't I paste this? What the hell's going on? I apologize. This is just a big mess. But yes, I'll share one of his most recent ones in the Discord right now.
I wonder how long they take, because that's such talent.
He was talking to me and he said back in the day when he was a kid drawing stuff, he used to take forever to do the same exact thing, and he would record his creations on a VHS. He'd put in a blank VHS tape and record the stuff that he made. So he's got like archives of all amazing old stuff that he did on Mario Paint back in the day.
Man, just wasn't born with that kind of talent. I was just born handsome. That's it. Just kidding, obviously. So I played.
I think that's a talent.
Thank you.
There you go. There's part of it. There's some of his animated stuff he did for GoNintendo.
I played and beat DK Bonanza this week.
It's over.
Sadly, it's over. Man, what a fun game. Wild ride. I loved every second of it. I couldn't stop playing it.
I love it.
Played the crap out of it. I thought the ending was especially fun too. I mean, the whole game is fun, and then you get to the end, and it's like magnificent. And I ended up liking the storyline. You know, it's simple, but I liked it, and there were a few twists and turns in there that were fun. And you know, my only regret would be that I'm not a bigger Donkey Kong fan. You know, like if I was a Donkey Kong Country fan from back in the day, I bet you I would get a heck of a lot more of nostalgia out of it. But for what's there, doesn't matter to a guy like me. I had a ball, and I recommend it to literally everybody. If you like platformers at all, even one iota, you have to play this game. I was thinking about it a little bit when I was playing it, because we talked last week about how great it controls and how it keeps you on your toes with just new and exciting, fun gameplay over and over, and it's just nonstop. And it just made me think of just like how Nintendo does it, you know, like how Nintendo does it, especially with their platformers. Like if you've played a video game at all, you've heard of Mario, you know what I mean? And this, holy cow, it just like takes it to a next level. It just shows that they still got it, and they can just strip it down. Like, I don't want to say strip down because there's a lot there, but like they basically distill it to what's going to be fun. And that's all we're going to put in this game. And man, it was a ball. So loved DK Bonanza. Can't think of anything off the top of my head right now that I should say about it that hasn't been said already by us. So definitely play that if you can. I was looking for something to play after beating Donkey Kong Bonanza, and like Lube last week, I had downloaded the no additional charge PlayStation Network game Diablo 4. So I was like, I played 2 and 3. Let me check this out, and put it on. First of all, you got to log in to their battle network or something, and I wanted to throw my TV out the window. I felt like an old man. I don't know why they make you do this. It wasn't working. I was doing everything right. It was a whole thing, but I think it was just a hiccup with their website or whatever, because I did it again and it worked regardless. So I start playing the game. Diablo's always been like this. The cutscenes are immaculate. The opening cutscene for this game, Diablo 4, I urge everybody to go on YouTube and just watch the cutscene. This is what they should be. This is a series that they should be making movies out of. Whoever directed that cutscene, I don't know if he directed the whole game, get that person behind the camera for a movie about this. Incredible direction. I could, like, the shots, I know it's CG, so he can do whatever he wants with his shots, but the way this opening cutscene was filmed and shot and edited, and the music and holy cow, I was blown away. Started playing the game, and it's fine. It's Diablo, but I don't know. I wasn't in the right mindset to play the gameplay. But the cutscenes, I cannot please go on YouTube and watch that opening cutscene. It's incredible. I haven't looked to see if it's there. It's probably there.
Oh yeah.
But holy cow. I was like, they should be making a movie out of this. I was like, I want to watch this. Usually I skip those cutscenes. You know what I mean? Like, this was so compelling. So I don't know how the rest of the game is. I'm guessing it's going to be in the same vein as the other Diablos, which I liked, but I just wasn't ready to kind of continue on with that. But I did start playing Tales of the Shire last night, and I'm playing it on the Xbox Series S. And I personally, like, I have only put a little bit of time into it. I haven't gotten to play it that much, but so far I'm enjoying it, and I think that it's gotten like a really bad rep online. Like, I don't think it's as bad as the reviews are making it. Now, again, I'm still in the first 6 hours or something, I guess, so like maybe something will change down the road, but I don't know. And like, I guess I should mention from the start that I'm a really big Lord of the Rings fan, both the movies and the books. And there's a bunch here for fans, especially of the books. Like, if you like the first, for me, it's super lame, but like the first 2-3 chapters of the Fellowship of the Ring are probably my favorite chapters in the entire series. It's like all like Hobbit-esque stuff. And they nail it with this. Like, they nail the hobbitry, they nail the Shire, the hobbits themselves.
Man,
what makes them tick?
Up reviews, because I know they've been bad, but they're pretty bad.
Really bad reviews.
GameSpot and IGN both gave it a 4, and they're both saying it's very boring and very buggy.
I think they're not wrong, but I'm getting more out of it because of my love of Lord of the Rings. Yeah. And like, they're doing it so much justice. And I'm not even talking about, like, it's made by the same design team that did the movies, so Weta Workshop, and they know Lord of the Rings inside and out. And you'd think that they would rely heavily on like the movies artwork, and they do, but there's so many book nods in it, so many like locations and things of that nature that are mentioned only in the books, or only in like the expanded works. And the fact that all of that is here, as somebody who's a fan of this stuff, it's really, really special to kind of play it, see it, be there, and like live as a hobbit. Now it's not going to be for everybody, and there's it doesn't do anything. It does what almost every other cozy game like that does, like a life sim where you're gardening or cooking or fixing up your house or whatever. It does all that stuff, and it doesn't do it better than anybody. So I think that's like, if you're not a Lord of the Rings person, but you like cozy games, you might not like it because you probably played a ton of cozy games that do what this game's doing better. But if you're into, I don't even want to say if you're into the Lord of the Rings. I want to say if you're into hobbits. It sounds so lame. If you're into hobbits, you'll probably like it. I've been enjoying my time with it so far. There's a lot of tedious back and forth crap. Now you don't get a horse or a cart or a bike or anything. You have to walk everywhere. And there's a lot of like, you go to the main square and it's like, go see this person for a book, and you go see that person, and then they're like, okay, here's the book, now bring it back to the person you got it from, and you do, and then they're like, who could decipher this book? This person. And then you go literally to like where you were. So there's a lot of that kind of stuff which bothers me. But if from a hobbitry standpoint, it's really great. Like the amount of customization in your hobbit hole is staggering. Like every beam, every wall panel, every window, the floor, like the interstitial spaces, like you can customize so much of it, and you don't need like to like make money in the game or something to do that stuff. You can just go into the customization and do that. So I appreciated that. So I'm really loving the Hobbit hole stuff. I'm liking the world that it's set in. A huge part of this game, I'd say maybe the main part of this game, and this is, again, the stuff that I'm bringing up is so dumb, is inviting people over and cooking meals for them. That's like the core of the game. It sounds so dumb, and I find it really engaging because you find out what type of food they like, and then try to cook something for them, and then if they like what you cooked for them, you get better things from them as you move, and like you build your relationships with them. And
you're selling PC on it.
I mean, there's a lot to really love about it. It performs decent on the Xbox Series S. I've heard that on other platforms it doesn't perform as well, and the frame rate's kind of all over the place, and there's a few wonky animations. I'm telling you, it's not like I'm going easy on it because it's like it's doing it for me for some reason, but like I can see it's not going to do it for everybody. And if it came down to like Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing, obviously those games are better at doing what this game does. But there's just again, hobbitry is the word I'm going to use. If you're into hobbitry, you'd probably get something out of this. Now I'm, again, still early in it, so I don't know if like I play 5 more hours, if it's going to be like I'm still cooking and whatever. But like right now I'm enjoying it because as I level up, I'm getting more recipes. I'm building up my garden. There's a lot of closed rooms in your hobbit hole and a lot of closed paths in your garden that you can tell are going to be like, as I level up, I'm going to be able to open it, like expand on my house and expand on the garden, things like that. So I'm really looking forward to pimping out,
exploring my hobbit hole
and my neighbor's hobbit holes, because I think that's going to be really rewarding. But yeah, like it's not perfect. And a lot of the stuff is, you could say it's not fun. Like the fishing's not that fun. The foraging's not that fun. But for me, it's a little fun because I know this fish is going to get me gold. That gets me to the next level. That gets me, the cooking ingredient that I need. So like I'm enjoying that, but it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
It's totally not for everybody. Even if it was like running 100% perfect. But I don't think it deserves the hate that it gets. Like it's their first game that they're making from what I've understood. And as far as like staying true to like what it would be like to live in the Shire, perhaps if the Shire existed and if the hobbits existed and if you were that, like, I think they do a lot of things right. So I don't know. I'm going to give it some more time and we'll see. And hopefully have like a review or something, like an official written review once I've once I've gotten where I need to be. But as of right now, I'm enjoying it. Again, take it from as a grain of salt from a Lord of the Rings nerd. So there's that. One thing I do want to mention, which I thought was really great, is you get to choose your name, first and last name. You can come up with something new, or they have like a list of first and a list of last names, and all the last names are like names of people in the Shire. Like they all, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. So like there's like real names from characters from the books, and you're like, oh, awesome, I could be from any family I want. And then the first names, I was looking for something funny, and one of the names was
SD says first name Elliot.
Oh my god, that's really funny. That's really funny. A hobbit could be named Elliot. I don't think that's a problem, but I wouldn't call it Tales of the Shire with Elliot. But yeah, so I went to pick my first name, and I guess this is talking out of school here, but my real first name is Andrew. And and one of the names was Andwise, like Samwise Gamgee, except Andwise, and like there wasn't like a Dan Wise or a Kev Wise or like any other Wise, like a Wise that would have worked. Andwise, and I was like, well, now I'm Andwise Bulger because I like Fatty Bulger from the books, underrated character. So yeah, like I don't know, little things like that. But again, you wouldn't get the joy out of that a Lord of the Rings fan would. You know what I mean? Or like a super nerd like Hobbit fan would. So there's a lot there that I love so far. I don't know how long the fun is going to last, but as of right now, I'm enjoying my time with it, surprisingly, and I'm kind of bummed that people are having a rough experience with it. But I don't think they're wrong for having that experience, for feeling that way.
Fatty Bulger.
Fatty Bulger. Fredegar Bulger is his real name, but they call him Fatty. It's not really appropriate, but he takes it in stride.
Okay, I was gonna ask, is his name really Fatty?
No,
I'm sure he wouldn't be.
Yeah, but he's he's not
Kyle also loves Fatty.
He's not as cowardly as you would think based on the name and the fact that I
just thought he was fat.
He's kind of like he's kind of like Pete Best, the fifth Beatle kind of thing, like because the four hobbits go off on this adventure. He stays home to like take care of the house and like keep up appearances as if Frodo didn't leave the Shire.
SD's telling me that his real name is actually Blunt. Fatty Blunt? Is that true?
I can't even get mad at that.
Another really great name.
Well, they do smoke a lot of pipe weed in the Shire.
I've seen those long pipes.
Actually, one thing I do want to mention that I didn't even think about it till right now, so I guess I wasn't really that upset about it. But hobbits love beer and hobbits love tobacco, and neither beer nor tobacco have yet to be in this game. So I get it. Maybe it's for kids, or like maybe they don't want kids smoking and drinking, but like it's kind of a big deal. Like I'm not saying that they should have it where you have to do that stuff. But I think it should be in the game as part of it. It's kind of a huge part of being a hobbit, like gardening or cooking or brewing beer and growing pipeweed. So, but yeah, and as cool as I thought I was in college, thinking that pipeweed was actually weed, no, the professor himself said that it's tobacco. He just doesn't like the French, so he didn't want to use the word tobacco in his book, which is freaking awesome. I love that. There's so many things that I've learned about him recently in those instances. But now I'm just going on and on. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hearing me, listening to me, and RMC, what have you been playing?
Thanks for asking. I actually didn't play anything again until later in the week. I didn't touch Donkey Kong Bonanza despite desperately wanting to this week. I had too many things that were popping up site related, and I had to go to bed early because of the Nintendo Direct and all that. So I didn't get to play that, which makes me very sad. But last night I did I got to play something earlier in the week after the Direct and all that was taken care of. I had a minute, and it's during the day, and I knew it wasn't going to be enough time to like really sit down with Donkey Kong Bonanza and get stuff done. So I made a point to play Wicked Plague, which is that new Game Boy Color game that I talked about last week. and I had opened up my closet and dug out my GBA SP and got a charger and was playing it on that. And I was like, I forgot how bad this front light was on this thing because it's a front lit screen, not a backlit. So I played a little bit there and I was like, you know what? Let me go through the big rigmarole. And I got my GameCube and I got the Game Boy Player and I set that up in my office on my little TV. And I was playing it there, and that was a much better experience. I'm very happy I did that. Actually, I could put a picture of it in the Discord. So that's where I've been playing with my old busted GameCube controller. I mean, it works perfectly fine, but it's the one that the dog chewed off the joystick pad from. So I'm playing with that, but it has been great. It's a Wicked Plague is a brand new Game Boy Color game. It is a Metroidvania. It's like a bite-sized Metroidvania. So you get like a sewer portion that's a Metroidvania, and then you move into it's like an atrium, and that's a little Metroidvania. I don't know how much the different parts of this place connect to one another. It seems like you pretty much Metroidvania your way through these little pieces, and then you open up a new piece that you go to. I don't think there's going to be much backtracking to the chunks in general. It's basically mini Metroidvania chunks that you go through. And you get different abilities. You have a gun that you can shoot. You can either shoot a bullet out, or you can do like a quick, like up close shot. So like think of it like a shotgun versus like a rifle. And you can get abilities like a double jump and other stuff like that. And there's a slide move and blah, 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 blah. It's a pretty standard Metroidvania, but that doesn't mean it's not good. It's very enjoyable, actually. It feels good. It plays good. I really like the art style. I think the graphics are great for Game Boy Color. It's a really nice looking game. The soundtrack is killer so far. I've only heard a handful of songs because I've beaten the first section and I just beat the second section. So I'm going into the third. And every bit of music I've heard so far is really good, really catchy tunes. And I want to stress, I am playing this on the Game Boy Color. It runs on a regular Game Boy Color, so it's not doing any special magic tricks. It's working with what Game Boy Color could do. It's a lot of fun, and the only complaints I have are when you hit an enemy, when they die, there's like a second before they disappear, and even though they're dead, they can still hurt you. I wish that timing was tightened up a little bit, but it's fine. Like I've learned to work with it. So like when an enemy, I know the enemy's going to be dead, and normally in most games you'd be able to walk through as they die. Here you can't do that. So I've just learned to work with that. So there's that. And then also I've encountered a glitch that when you fight enemies, sometimes I'll like clear a room out of enemies, and then I'll go to the map to look at where I want to go next, and then I'll go back to the room. Something glitches out and an enemy might still be there, but they're invisible. So that obviously is not supposed to happen. So that it doesn't happen all the time, but it has happened. So that's a glitch, and there's no way of fixing that without printing another cartridge. And then the only other thing is there's some rooms where an enemy will like appear at the door right when you come in. So like you get used to those rooms, and you're like, oh, I know there's an enemy in this room that's going to hit me right away. So there's like an enemy that can teleport, and as soon as you walk in the room, he teleports to right in front of you. So you got to be ready for it. But again, you know what's coming once you've been in that room and you've learned. So those are my gripes, but my time overall has been great. I really like it. I am 100% going to see it through to the end. I like Metroidvanias, and I think it's cool. There's a new Game Boy Color one. It's got an interesting story and fun characters, and there's not that this matters, but there's some light cursing in it. There's like they drop like ass and
cheeks,
shovel, and it's just funny.
My God.
It's funny to me because back in the day on the Game Boy Color, you would not have gotten that. Games weren't doing that yet.
Right.
So seeing it nowadays, it's like, oh, this is kind of funny. It's a little novel. But yeah, really like the game. So if I was going to give it a number so far, I'd give it a really solid 8 out of 10. Could go higher, but I'm really enjoying it. It is a lot of fun. So I played that, or I have been playing that.
Ass.
And I played Minigame Mayhem on my phone, which is I found out about it on TikTok. It's basically WarioWare, but made by another company. It's a little game that uses the abilities of your iPhone or your smartphone to do mini games. So it uses motion controls, it uses the touch screen, it uses like tilt controls, and you do things like connect stars together to make a picture, or shake up a can of soda, or tap the screen and knock over stacked cans. It's WarioWare. And I like the idea, and it plays very well, but it just doesn't have like the sound design that WarioWare has. It doesn't have the whimsy and silliness of WarioWare in terms of games and characters, which is a big part of WarioWare fun with me. You know, like things are making stupid faces and things are just like weird and drawn in a very silly way, and it makes you laugh while you're playing. I'm not getting that with this, except very, very, very rarely.
Is it as rapid fire as the micro games?
It's exactly the same. Yeah, it plays exactly the same. It's just not anywhere, in my opinion, it's not anywhere near as charming. It's still enjoyable.
Yeah.
And I like the WarioWare style of micro game gameplay, but it's missing the things that make WarioWare really sing for me. So
WarioWare is like if Tim and Eric made a Nintendo game.
It's
like
a great way of putting it,
feels like that.
So it's mechanically very sound. It's a great experience. And if you're really hungry for WarioWare stuff, then yeah, I suggest you try. And it's free. It's the
Piper.
So it's free. You can download it for free. It is ad supported. You'll see an ad in between your full round of games.
Here she is.
So
she looks so happy.
Minigame Mayhem. Give it a shot. I finished everything that it had to offer in like less than an hour. It was like 40 minutes. But as I said, it's free. So try it out. And then where is she?
Right.
Oh boy.
Well, she'll be taking my place.
Then the only other thing is
hey kitty.
Oh, goodbye, Piper.
You might be able to pull that chair out.
When I saw during the Nintendo Direct that the Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales was announced, I was like, HD 2D, Switch 2, action adventure, and there's a demo. I could not wait to get it. So I didn't get to play until last night. I had it downloaded, but I finally had a chance last night to play, and it's like, I'll play this, and then depending on what's going on, I'll jump into Ninja Gaiden. Well, I didn't do that because I ended up playing the full demo of Adventures of Elliot, start to finish, rolled the credits. I put in a good amount of time with it. I really took my time and explored everything that was open on the map, because you get an open area. The whole world isn't open. Things are blocked off because it's not the full game, but you get a decent amount to explore, and dungeons that are supplemental, and items and weapons that you don't need to get to finish the game. But I did everything. I went everywhere. So I want to say it took me like maybe not 2 hours, but just under 2 hours. And in that time, I explored the overworld. I talked to everybody in the town. I did little challenge dungeons. I did two main dungeons. No. Yeah. I did two main dungeons. I don't know what else to say about this game other than it's a day one. It's a day one purchase. Easy. If you like classic Legend of Zelda, like top-down Legend of Zelda, or Square Enix classic top-down action adventures like Secret of Mana, you absolutely have to get this game. Play the demo. You need to play this demo. It was so good. The music is stellar. I really like the character designs a lot. The weapons are a ton of fun. You have bombs, you have bow and arrow, and I picked up a chain and sickle. And you can get different, I think it's called Magicite. You can get different pieces of Magicite to change things, and they're inside a briefcase, and you can only fit so much into a briefcase, which I'm sure will expand. But you piece together Magicite pieces to build like the weapons that you want. So you can have a bomb that does 25% more damage, and you can throw out two of them instead of one, and a sickle that extends its reach, and a bow and arrow that'll shoot 3 shots instead of 1. But it all depends on what Magicite you have in your suitcase. It's kind of like materia in Final Fantasy. But as I said, you're restricted in what you can fit in there, and each one has a different value too. So you're capped at I don't remember, 10, 20. So each one has a different value. You have to figure it out and you find more as you go along. So that was really fun to mess around with. I really like that. And then your fairy character, Faye, has 2 different abilities. I'm guessing in the full game she'll get more. But you can use her to run very quickly, or you can use her to teleport. So you use the right joystick to move her somewhere on the screen, and then you hit L and you'll teleport right to where she is. And that's used for puzzles. Like there will be places where you can't get to certain areas, but you use her to fly ahead and then you teleport to where she is. And then outside of that, it's very classic Legend of Zelda. You directly hit enemies. You have a shield that you can block stuff with. I really love a game that has a parry that deflects stuff. So if you hit with perfect timing, your shield, like if somebody shoots an arrow at you, you can deflect it back at them. It's awesome. I really, really liked it. It's obviously gorgeous looking as long as you like HD 2D stuff. It runs like a dream because it's on Switch too. Man, it's a killer game. The music was so good in some... This very much reminded me more of what it was like to play Legend of Zelda back in the 16-bit days. More so than like Echoes of Wisdom did, because Echoes of Wisdom is more like marrying classic Zelda with today's gameplay. This is very much looking to evoke the feeling of 16-bit RPGs, action adventure RPGs, like I said, Secret of Mana or Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. And it really felt like that in a great way, but with plenty of quality of life improvements and just modern sensibilities. Oh, man, it was so good. I was so bummed out when the game ended because I knew it was an ending point. It was very clear where you're going to like do this thing. I was like, maybe I'll end up doing it and there's more, and there's not more. But I was like, and just like the combination of the gameplay and the dungeons and the music and just the feel of it, so good. So good. Like I absolutely loved it. And I was like, this is great. Switch had Octopath and there was a demo and that really hit for people. And I feel like the same thing's going to happen here. Like my mom's going to get a Switch too. And I'm going to be like, Mom, you have to play this demo. You're going to love this. Like she's going to be head over heels about it. Anybody that loves classic Zelda, you have to play this demo. And I guarantee, as long as you can get past the names, you will not be disappointed. Like it's going to have tons of stuff that you love. You're going to feel right at home, but it's going to be more than that too. It's going to give you a better experience, a more modern experience. It was so good.
The full name is The Adventures of Elliot and the Millennium Tales.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just call it Millennium Tales?
Yeah, I'll try and get an interview and I'll ask them. I don't know. Probably because they're trying to harken back and bring memories back of the classic games like Legend of Zelda,
of the classic film E.T.
They want to do The Adventures of Elliot, The Legend of Zelda. It's there on purpose. They're trying to and HD 2D only exists because they're trying to remember when games look like this? Like it's all on purpose. It's all done to woo that kind of player. So I'd imagine that's their thinking. Counterpoint. All their names from this company, this branch of Square Enix are, I think people would say strange, weird, or bad. Like we said, Octopath Traveler and Bravely Default and Triangle Strategy and all, they're all odd names. I would argue The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales is the most normal of all of them. But I mean, Octopath Traveler, Adventures of Elliot, Octopath Traveler is the weirder one. Bravely Default, The Adventures of Elliot, Bravely Default's the weirder one. Triangle Strategy, Adventures of Elliot, Triangle Strategy is the weirder one. But
says you, yeah.
Which one of those do you disagree with?
All three. I think Adventures of Elliot is weirder than all three of those.
You're
names.
kidding me. Octopath Traveler is not a weirder name
Give me
than
a different
Adventures
name than
of Elliot.
Give me a different name than Elliot.
No. Weirder, we're talking about. Weirder name. Octopath Traveler is not weirder than The Adventures of Elliot?
No, it certainly is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad. We're talking about weird. Yes, weird. Bravely Default.
I don't even know what that means, Bravely Default.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's because one of the systems in the game is called Bravely, and I believe there's a default system.
Stop right there. I don't want to get even more mad than I already am.
Well, I'm just talking about it in the way you were talking
kidding.
about Metal Gear Solid, because you're like, Metal Gear is this thing, and Solid is the name of the
No, that's... Well, I guess if you're just looking at it from the names, I kind of I don't mind Octopath Traveler, Bravely Default. I don't know what they mean, but they seem like names of a game that you'd play. Whereas The Adventures of Elliot sounds like something that like a kid would turn on Saturday morning, like, and it's like a detective and his sister, you know, like a boy detective and his sister. I don't know. That's what I'm feeling when I hear the
something
name.
real bad with the name Elliot. There's some major trauma in there besides E.T.
I don't
about
know.
Elliot.
I've got a friend named Elliot. He's one of the nicest guys ever, but like I wouldn't name a game after him.
He's not good enough to be named every game. I'll tell you that much. Well, anyway, I played it. If you are okay with the name and you can actually play the game, I suggest you do because it is a ton of fun. My only suggestion, well, I do have some complaints. Like, I love the voices of everybody but the fairy. I don't like the fairy's voice. It's whatever. Also, I'm someone who doesn't like when games do things for you and the fairy will go in and attack for you. Like they'll land an early attack. You can turn that off though. So that I love that. You can make the fairy do nothing, which is fine by me. And the only other thing I would say is the opening portion, which is the town. I really enjoyed it just exploring it, but you don't need it at all. You can just go straight to the left out of the town and play the game. The town just is like, here's a shop and here's what Magicite is, but you're playing the demo. You don't need any of that. You can go right out of there. So if you're like, I don't want to start a game by talking to people, you don't have to. You see like the little intro cutscene, leave the castle and go to the left and just go play. Then you're fine. Like in the main game, that will be important, obviously, but here you don't have to do it. So if you just want to get right into the game, just go out of the castle and make a left. You're done. But yeah, I'm all about it. Shot way up to the top of my list of most wanted Switch 2 games. Adored it. Can't wait to see what else it does. And the only thing that was missing for me was more story because it's a demo. So you get the story in the beginning, but I was like, I wish I knew the story that connected all this together and you can see where the story bits would be, but they're not there because it's a demo. So I want story and that will be in the main game. So loved it. Outside of minor quibbles, no complaints. And like I said, Square Enix has the survey that you can fill out to answer their questions and then leave feedback for things you think you want changed. You could say the name. I could say the fairy's voice, and they'll, depending on how much feedback they get, they'll change things. So,
do you think they'd change the name if they got enough feedback about that?
Well, Triangle Strategy was up for debate because that was called Project Triangle Strategy, and they would have changed the name if it got enough, if whatever they deemed enough feedback to change the name. Yes, so there is a chance. Yes. If enough people are like, I don't like Philadelphia and I don't like the Adventures of Elliot, then yes, they will.
To be honest, I can get over it. I can get over the name of the game. I don't think there's anything wrong. I like the name Elliot. It's fine. But I will be playing the demo and I will be saying that I want Philadelphia to be changed. They're not gonna, but I will.
Do the survey and tell them you don't like the name. Yeah, I mean they're all.
It's petty. It's stupid and petty, but it does bother me. I don't know why.
I mean it is said once in there, so maybe it's spoken once in the intro. I don't know how many times you see it after that, but it's a non-thing.
I'll be fine. I definitely got to play it. If it's like, I also didn't understand when I saw the trailer what it was. I was like, oh cool, an RPG that I'll never play.
No,
but
it's Legend of Zelda.
But yeah, if it's Legend of Zelda, then I gotta give it a try.
Full control. If I'm not one that calls Legend of Zelda old school an RPG. I know technically sure it is, but that's the kind of RPG this is. So you have full control over everything. You do every attack, you do every move, every dodge. It's all that. So
sounds fun.
It was
and looks good,
and it looks very good.
And you know, someone posted the like the title card in the Discord. The way the font is, I don't mind the title of the game now. I'm not being funny. I know it's stupid and silly, but that's how my brain works. People, I'm very shallow.
Hey, you're being honest.
Thank you.
I value that. I value that very much.
Yeah.
I took a screenshot of the end of the demo because I like the artwork so much. When you beat the game, it gives you like this artwork, but it says something different, just to signify that you played the demo. And I was like, I really like that. I'm gonna take a screenshot. So I got a screenshot. Oh my god, wait, Elliot, is that on my app? Elliot. I can. Oh, do I have to send it to the app or is it automatically synced? It's automatically synced, isn't it? Screenshots and videos uploaded from your Nintendo Switch 2. Oh, I didn't upload it. Son of a bitch. My fault. Well, I had fun. I loved it. Go play the demo. It's really good. I'm so sad we got to wait until 2026 to get it. I don't know when in 2026 it's going to be. But the good news is a new Octopath Traveler is coming out this year, and I will definitely be playing that as well. That's what I played.
Did we know this game, Elliot, was coming out before it was announced at
This was a brand new announcement.
So they announced it and gave you the demo all on the same day.
That's how they did Octopath. Yeah,
very cool.
We saw HD 2D graphics. We saw Octopath. They said there's a demo right now and there's a survey, and let us know.
Cool.
So yeah, I really like that that branch of Square Enix does that. It's like, here's a surprise game. Go play part of it now. Tell us what you like and don't like, and we'll use that going forward.
Wonderful.
It's a great idea.
When you think about it, it's great. And I might beat the demo and under the where it says like what advice do you have or whatever, I'll probably, instead of talking about Elliot, I'll probably just be like, make an HD 2D Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, they're gonna ignore that
thing thrown out. Yeah, they want advice on the actual game.
Son of a.
But yes, I'm sure somewhere within Square Enix has talked about that, because of course they're going to keep doing more of those.
Yeah.
Somebody out there is doing a Final Fantasy VII where the cutscene graphics are what the gameplay looks like.
Oh, interesting.
So I saw some screens of it, and I was like, that's pretty interesting. I like the idea. I'm not going to play it because of that, but they had like the opening scenes of like everything happening and you running through the factory. And I was like, this is interesting. I'll have to find it.
That's great.
All right. That's that. Questions. Send your questions to go. You good?
Having a hard time focusing.
I can tell. Send your questions to GoNintPod@gmail.com.
Where?
GoNintPod@gmail.com.
Maybe we'll.
They can be about Nintendo video games in general or whatever the hell you want. MomBrain. This week's question comes from Rick-Fil-A. No, it comes from PT. You wake up to find that you were in a terrible accident that resulted in you entering an Inspector Gadget situation. The doctors were able to add 3 Go-Go Gadget abilities. What did they add? MomBrain, Go-Go Gadget.
Super legs.
What do they do?
They walk for you. Yeah. At any speed you want, and you don't get tired.
Go-Go Gadget.
Yeah, Go-Go Gadget. I don't know. What does he have? Like the legs is the only thing I remember.
No. It's not asking what of his things you want. It's asking what you want. You're coming up with whatever gadget you want. You just got a Go-Go Gadget enhancement.
Oh man. But it's got to be connected to me. That's how it works, right? Those gadgets are
come out
connected
of your hat.
to.
Yeah, you could be your hat.
Man, I don't know what I need. Maybe like one that holds like one of those Chinese fans and just like waves at me. Maybe that's
Go-Go Gadget fan. Go-Go Gadget. Go-Go Gadget fan. What do I Go-Go Gadget third arm that feeds me and like holds my phone for me, scratches my back.
Go-Go Gadget pee-pee pants.
What does that mean?
So like you don't have to go to the bathroom all the time.
I don't want to pee my pants.
Well,
Go-Go Gadget extendo penis, and it just snakes its way to the toilet for me.
That would have come in handy yesterday, wouldn't it?
We were at Pizza Hut, and I went to go pee, and the urinals, you know how there's a divider for the urinal. They only had one, but it was right when I walked in, and I turned the corner, and the urinal was so high on the wall that I almost had to stand on my tippy toes to pee into it. And when I went to flush, I had to like reach up to grab
the. I was
like,
what's
going on here? Like, how tall are these people?
I think what he said to me when he was explaining it was like at the same level as my dick.
Yes. It was like the front of it was like right there. I'm like, this is just barely this is barely acceptable. But I literally had to reach up to flush. So.
Oh my God, that's right. PC gave me a perfect one. Go-Go Gadget Hitachi hand.
See, I mean, you could have a third hand and do the same thing, but my third hand is, I think that's great. Go-Go Gadget, give me something that flies. Rockets. I want to fly, definitely. Go-Go
your
Gadget.
Third hand could around your head.
Well, Gadget's got the propeller thing that with the two handlebars.
That's
that he
probably
uses.
pretty
so
safe.
I'd take that one. Based on how he uses everything, nothing is safe, but I think I could handle it better. So yeah, give me his helicopter thing and Go-Go Gadget. Man. A third one. It's got to be what?
Microwave.
I don't.
You're your own microwave.
No, because I could take my extendo hand and go to the other microwave.
What if you're like at the mall?
What am I doing needing a microwave at the mall?
You want some Totinos.
Maybe Go Gadget update the website so you could be like playing video games while it's like updating over here.
Yeah,
Like
Gadget. Like my
ChatGPT.
third hand could do that, but I'd still have to use another hand. So
And your brain.
Go Gadgets. Yeah, Go Gadget like autopilot where I can like yeah, that's something there. Not AI, but like Go Gadget slave.
Go Gadget clanker.
Go Gadget clanker. Get to work, you filthy clanker. We also have a Patreon question. MomBrain, did you know that you could join Patreon
For $1?
For $1. Rick-Fil-A did. Sorry to tease you there, Rick. That's the neck, Rick. I know that the topic of pre-ordering video games has become hotly debated over the last few years, but let's be real. There used to be some really cool pre-order bonuses back in the day. What are some of your favorite or most original pre-order bonuses you've ever gotten for a video game? Great question. Haven't done it in so long. I remember getting the Beautiful Joe bobblehead as a pre-order bonus, and I loved that thing.
Where is it?
Well, Manch broke it because he knocked it off the shelf and broke an arm off and like the half of the V. And I was like, well,
baby.
And there he went. Went. And it made me so annoyed. I was like, no, it's fine. I'll put it back on the shelf. And then every day I walked to my office and I was mad at it. I was like, it's going in the closet. So it's downstairs in a bag.
Do you remember the time he knocked over the wax warmer and just sent like hot wax everywhere?
I'm getting my mind confused with things I've been sent by Nintendo because I know they sent me a Phantom Hourglass, which I love. They sent me, and here we go. Get ready, everybody. They sent me a Phantom Choo Choo like train noise maker, like one of the big wooden whistles that you can blow that sounds like a train. So I have that.
I remember that. That thing's cool.
They sent me a Professor Layton puzzle box that had the game
that thing
in
was
it.
awesome.
And you had to figure out how to open the game open the box to get to the game. That was really cool. I still have that definitely. Trying to think of specific pre-order bonuses. There were music CDs that I got. Like I got a Castlevania music CD for one of those games. I don't remember what one, but I loved having that. It was like a little booklet that had a CD in it of select songs. That was really cool. Pre-order bonuses. My no, that wasn't a pre-order bonus. I got it as a gift on a birthday or a holiday. The GoldenEye watch. Remember when I had that? It like looked like the watch from GoldenEye with like the health and the shield on the side.
Where'd that thing go? Man,
I don't know where it is. I remember it died. And then I was like, I'll replace the batteries, and I never did. I love that thing, and I don't know where it is. It might still be in a box somewhere.
That thing was so cool.
I really liked that a lot. Twilight Princess. I had it was a Twilight Princess shirt that I got for pre-ordering the game. I really like that. Another Legend of Zelda shirt just for pre-ordering the game.
I didn't get any of these things. The only thing I remember getting is with Resident Evil 4. I got like the steel case, and inside you have it too. It's the steel case, and inside there's like it's not a cell, but there's like a piece of artwork, like numbered artwork in there or something.
I know exactly.
And the game that was for the game, when it originally came out on the GameCube.
Kyle says the Zero Escape games gave out the bomb watches, but they don't explode. Well, that's good. So many pre-order bonus things. I got like a scarf for some Wii game. I don't remember what it was, but it was a scarf. What was that? Oh, I got a what is it? I've been wearing it not that long ago. It was this summer or this winter I was wearing it. A Koro Rinpa ski cap or something.
Mm-hmm. You also
got that
cool Elebits stuffed animal.
Oh, the Elebit, no, Konami probably sent that. Is he back here?
No,
he's in his house somewhere. The little blue guy, yeah. No, that wasn't an Elebit. That was Dewey's Adventure.
Oh, there we go.
Yes, still Konami though.
Like cool iridescent.
Yes. That guy's cool. Yeah, I got some between like my closet in my office, this closet in here, and the basement. I have so much stuff. This closet, these two closets are filled with crazy fun stuff. The problem is we don't have anywhere to do it. Let's do one of them.
I want to do this one.
This one?
Yeah.
I think that one would be more fun, but we'll do this one. We'll do it together.
Maybe when my mom comes to visit. Hey, just
coming this week. Coming this week.
Yeah.
Coming to Yeha. All right. Thanks for the questions. They were great. Let's do music. Send your music to GoNintPod@gmail.com.
Where?
GoNintPod@gmail.com.
Maybe I will.
Put music in the title. How about your local
Hell.
MomBrain? We are only doing 5 this week, but there you go. That's the thing. That's it, baby. I have that. Blame me this time, not Mom.
I got music. You want to hear it? You want to hear it? Oh.
Send in your music, people. I have seen we are getting questions. Wrong. We are getting questions and music from people I haven't seen before. So thank you. But again, I can see the numbers for all this stuff. I know it's how everything works. A fraction of the people that are with us for that are listening to this show are sending in stuff. And when we run out of those things, I'm not going to kickstart them again. They're going to be done. So we could come to a day where there's no music and there's no Patreon questions will be fine. But
This one comes from Geku Kitsune.
just letting you know. Wow, speaking of Castlevania, I'll let you take
Castlevania.
You're right.
What
On the
one?
NES.
This has to be 3, right?
I'm going to say it's 1.
I just have Castlevania.
Oh, okay.
Everyone.
See, I would have said 1, but you were like, "Which one?" And then I was like, "Great,
Oh,
now I
sorry,
know
I
it's not the first one."
No, I didn't mean to mislead you like that. Sorry.
That's okay. That's what I think of that.
This one comes from Nico Durunia. Hold on, let me just turn it down a little. Okay.
It's got to be GBA or DS.
GBA.
It's hectic.
It sure is.
Oh, you give me that. I know what we're talking about.
Yep.
It's Pokemon.
It is.
Jesus Christ. What was
Nope.
on GBA?
Pokemon.
Listen, come on. Oh, I don't remember what Pokemons are on GBA. Sapphire.
No.
Ruby.
No.
Emerald.
Yes.
Hey, we got that.
Pokemon Emerald on the GBA from Nico Durunia. This one comes from Knock on Wood.
This is Nintendo.
Yeah.
Is this the Piranha Plant in Super Mario 64?
It's Super Mario 64.
Like when Mario, or when it's sleeping, I mean.
I'll give it to you, but it's on the DS.
Yeah, I should have said that, but.
Loves me?
Question mark? That was from Knock
Lovely.
on Wood, and it was Super Mario 64 on the DS. This one comes from PT. Lucky Night. This is
I
painful.
don't like this. I know bad guitar takes me to Sonic, but I know this is not Sega. I can tell.
Is it a wrestling game?
It's not. It's a great guess.
Great guess. Oh,
Do you even know what system it would be on? It sounds terrible.
I got no idea what system. Was it a portable?
Yeah.
So DS?
Yeah.
And what is guitar centric on the D? Oh, she made a noise. Oh, so then it's got to be Guitar Hero.
Yeah. It's Guitar Hero on
the
tour.
DS, yeah, with
Yeah,
that little grip.
Yeah,
This
that
is the
thing was on.
theme.
That was a cool game, but man,
Yeah.
that sounded
It's
terrible.
got
didn't it?
that's like a menu or something.
Thank you, PT, for that.
Yeah,
Delight.
that's
Look
that.
away, please.
Sorry. I'm looking after.
All right. The last song for the week in this year of our Lord, 2025, is from Blood Ocean
MomBrain's lost it.
07.
Oh,
I know this. I think
I don't know it.
maybe I don't, but
It sounded I know it's not. It sounded a very little bit like
Monkey Island.
Yes, exactly what I was going to say.
So I don't know it then.
Okay.
Because that's what I thought it was.
Listen, I'm going to tell you a little something here. It is not on a Nintendo system.
Oh, what the hell?
With
Fried
the
chicken.
Heliante.
So, all right, not on Nintendo system. Here's what I can give you, based on my idiot savant knowledge. It is of that, I'm going to say, late 90s, early 2000s era. is also it sounds so much like a system where they were like, CDs are the wave of the future. Yeah, so it's Sega Genesis or 3DO or CDI or So CDI. I don't know what it is then. I don't know. I don't know. My knowledge of what was on 3DO and CDI and all that is so. If it was Sega CD, I have a shot. I don't remember the name of anything on those systems.
I like this song though.
Yeah, it's nice.
The best parts of those games were the music because they were using CDs to do the music for the games. Yeah, I don't know. I can't even think of one CDI game to name.
Cool.
Brain Dead 13. It's not that. Road Rash. It's not that.
I don't know.
I'm out.
You guys give up?
Yeah.
Or you're thirsty for more.
It's a really unfortunate.
I've never played a CDI.
It's really
what is
unfortunate
it?
of you.
Did you know you can play Tetris for free on Tetris.com?
Oh my God, Josh knew.
You were
It's
right.
Tetris.
It's Tetris. The classic becomes a legend in CDI.
I can't imagine how bad it is
This
playing
was level
Tetris on
9.
the CDI.
So
But what did we get out of that?
6 out of 9.
No. Well, yes, but me looking up Tetris CDI OST and seeing if it's there and knowing it will be, and there it is. And now I've got a new soundtrack to listen to.
Very cool.
Oh God, this is so of that era. I'm excited.
Boom, Tetris for Jeff.
This is
Ooh, this is like the
this is
end credits to a movie.
Yeah.
Fruitiger Arrow before Fruitiger Arrow was
It's something with Meg Ryan and like Tom Hanks in it or something like that's like the end of the
or
romance.
like half celebrities. Like, yeah.
We're done. It's over.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're done.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Garfield
and friends.
Spiders and flies.
Whoa.
Deux views. It's never news. Rumor of the week with Deux Michaels.
Story.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know
Ladies and gentlemen,
what we do here. So at the end of the podcast, I have my spiders and my flies flock to me from all the corners of the internet and the world and the video game stage. And they bring me rumors that you haven't heard before because they're really good at it. And I'm just happy to share them with you. So without further ado, actually, there's one more ado, Michaels. Turns out this is a true story. This is not a rumor.
Oh my God!
Doing something a little different this week. It's true. So here is, without further ado, the true story for you. So we talked earlier about the new Hyrule Warriors game that was just announced. It's called Tears of Imprisonment. War.
Sure.
The War of Imprisonment?
No.
The Realm of Imprisonment's in it, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Age of Imprisonment.
Age of Imprisonment. It's coming out soon. This year. And
winter. They said winter.
So we don't know if it's this year, but it's coming out in the winter. And you know what's going to keep you warm? Knowing that the giant kaiju construct that's in the game that we saw a little bit of, the rumors or the speculation was that it was going to be Fi. Well, we just found out that it's a different Skyward Sword character that's coming back, folks. And it's not going to be Fi. It's going to be that ghostly hand that's in the toilet that wants paper.
Oh, yes.
You thought I was going to say Groose, didn't you?
The one that has a mail delivery there?
Yeah. I was going to say the Spiders and Flies were going to say Groose, but you mentioned Groose earlier in the show, so they had to find out the true story, which was it wasn't Groose.
And just to be clear, when you said the kaiju size construct, you meant the human size construct, correct?
It's not super big. I thought it was really
no.
big. I wasn't listening. I'm not interested in the game at all.
The whole deal is that it's human sized and it's human-esque in its shape, which is the first time we've seen anything.
Well, the
like
kaiju
that.
part of the story was the rumor. That's a rumor.
Because there can be kaiju.
I think the Spiders and the Flies were just doing an experiment to see.
Oh, that's exactly what it was.
There can be kaiju that are human sized because I watched kaiju number 8 and he is a human man. And when he becomes kaiju, he can be human sized too. So there's that.
So
Chat is saying they were wishing it was going to be Mecha
Notice me,
Groups
senpai.
because they thought
Notice
that was
me.
cool.
yes. of
No,
course.
there's the hand. Red Zeus has got it. The hand's right
Nice.
there. The hand in the
The
toilet.
hand made it.
That's great. And
I-
now that's the playable character.
I also like that freaky like demon that lives under the skyward land.
Yes, yes,
he's
yes.
like a big.
The one that eats the stars, or no. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
He looks scary, but he's just a big teddy bear.
Yes. Well, maybe he'll end up being playable in the game as well. But at least we got information on Toilet Hand returning. Now by the third spin-off, they're like, we're running out of characters.
Now that's
Toilet
a
hand.
tattoo. Toilet hand would be a
Yes.
great
Does
tattoo.
it come out of
True.
your ass?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, you can like
Ass
from between.
cheeks.
It's like a tramp stamp, but
Yes. MomBrain, thanks for mentally hanging with us. Now you can now decompress. Get out there and screw around with that lawnmower because I know you want to so bad.
no. It's getting late and I don't want to make noise with
TikToks
it.
and snacks?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We will see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
I
My
don't.
name's Josh Robot, and I'm here to say I'm the best on this podcast.
Far and away.
I'm so great. And you guys suck. If you don't like that, I don't give a fuck.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I meant to say this during the show, but I didn't. So I'll just say it
Sure,
now.
whatever.
I don't know
That
what the hell
story
we're going to
was
do for
boring
the
and,
thank you, Josh. I don't know what the hell we're going to do for the 1,000th episode, but I have one idea and
Hanging
it's
and banging.
in the works. So keep your fingers crossed, and that's all I'll say. And you know what? That's it for after show. Long show, did a lot, had a video malfunction. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in.
Shut up. I don't
Still
care.
full of Pizza Hut from yesterday. You got Pizza Hut left.
Must be nice.
Oh, you're gonna have that Pizza Hut.
Gummies and Pizza Hut.
It was like a little kid's birthday dream. It was literally bags of gummy candy and Pizza Hut.
Took you out and showed you a good time yesterday.
To Diet Pepsi, which I haven't had in forever, just because it's expensive. And I was like, oh man, this is
It must have been nice.
really good. It was nice.
We could do it
Back me
again.
up. Back me up.
You
I
take Deux
said
out for a good night.
when we were there, I said I wish Deux was here because this was like our old Pizza Hut times.
which is
I was
what
like,
made me
Cool.
remember the time you
which is
all
why
lost.
because I was like, you
Yeah.
were literally other people came with us to Pizza Hut, but you were our Pizza Hut like go-to guy. You would go, you liked it, you had fun. Other people came and went, but it was us.
And
It was
dude,
fun.
you might be the tallest friend we have, so I think you need to try out that urinal.
Yes,
It shouldn't be a problem. For me.
it'll be fine for you. For
Yeah.
me, again, it wasn't
Do
absurdly
you want
high.
me to come in with you and like hold you up?
Let me stand up here. So, yeah, like this is about urinal. This a little high, but it was about like here.
Well, not to get too graphic, but if you had to tilt, if you had to aim up, that's
yes.
wrong.
I-
That's
I
wrong. That's
almost-
not the
yeah.
way it. That's anatomically not how it
stand on my
happens.
tippy toes, honestly.
Because like they tell you to shake at the end. What are you going to shake when it's pointed up? Nothing. It's going to shake all over you.
You
the
gotta
greatest thing that has ever
gotta
been said
push.
in this Discord was just said about you. Pizza Hut Andy over here with the tall penis. That's so good. Pizza Hut
What?
Andy over here with the tall penis. That's from Kyle Lankwin. That's incredible. What a great nickname and what a great claim to fame.
Yeah.
Pizza
That's
Hut
pretty
Andy with
good.
a tall penis.
That's
Holy
pretty good.
shit. And yes, Tony, that's what we're saying. You should have Pizza Hut for dinner. We did the classic stuffed crust, one single family order of breadsticks, or no,
No,
just
just an
one
order of
single order of
breadsticks, so
breadsticks, so 5. And we each had our own diet Pepsis, and even MomBrain was like cutting up the pizza and eating it, and she's like, "This is it. This is it."
To be
Real
clear,
life.
I was cutting the pizza in the box
Yeah.
to take a slice. I don't cut
No
my
problem.
pizza into
I
pieces.
do,
I
but
understood.
because of my beard.
Because you got a beard, and I understand that now.
Because they don't deliver it like they used to with the thing and the shovel outer and all
Thank
that.
goodness
They
I
just give it
stole
to
one
you
from
like
a Pizza
shovel
Hut years
outer.
ago.
The shovel outer.
What's it called?
Spatula?
Friend,
You just
is that
called a
spatula?
Yeah.
you just called a spatula a shovel outer.
It's not a spatula. I'm pushing back on that. Maybe it's a something spatula. Come on, you guys know it's not a spatula. Type in spatula. That's not what you're using to get a pizza out of a thing. That's not a spatula.
It's a spatula.
Maybe a serving spatula.
What do you call a spatula for pizza?
You call it a spatula.
A spatula for pizza is called a pizza peel, but that's talking about like the big
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it's a spatula,
It's a
dude.
spatula. There it is.
Spatula.
What you just typed in spatula?
I typed in serving spatula.
Okay, so serving spatula. I like if somebody said get me the spatula, you
Well,
would
what
get
did-
like the flat thing right away.
What did
like,
you
not the
call it originally? I already forgot because you called it the
grabber outer?
The Pizza Hut.
not even that. It was something else. It was like the
Server
digger outer or
digger
something.
outer.
It was like, I mean, like even if spatula is wrong, like what the heck was that you said?
Spatula. I know that's wrong. I know I made it up, but spatula in my mind is, the thing that you flip things over with. Yeah, it's a little bit different, but pie spatula. There you go. Pizza spatula. Pie spatula.
I don't think it matters what the right thing is because what you said is what we should be calling it forever. I mean, that was so much simpler. I can't remember
the
it.
digger
But
outer. Was it the digger outer? That sounds
something
right.
like that. I mean,
The digger outer.
Spatula.
There it is. Now that's a real
That's
pizza
it.
one.
That's the one.
Go to jail for that one.
This
MomBrain.
is also a spatula.
I don't disagree that that's a spatula.
This is also a spatula.
I agree with
Mm.
that.
is that one an actual Pizza Hut spatula? That
Yeah.
That
so
one
I'm-
is an actual pizza. She stole it decades
I
ago.
love it.
Like we brought home leftover pizza.
MomBrain-
in the box and I
Danielle had
That's
a
awesome.
time where she was a klepto at restaurants, and I had to stop her. And I showed her.
That's
I
awesome.
showed her a news story of like someone who stole a plate from somewhere, and they got arrested and served like 6 months. And it was just like, or it was like a cup or plate. It was just one thing, and I was like, you can't do
That's
this
crazy.
because she was taking plates from Pizza Hut, and
no, I
spatulas
didn't
from
take
Pizza
plates from
Friendlies,
I took a plate from Friendlies.
and it's a great
I took
plate.
a
It's
really
a great
nice
plate.
spoon from P.F. Chang, and I stole salt and pepper shakers from Nikki Hill's first wives' bridal shower because they
Wow.
were really cute.
She was a
I'm going to-
klepto
they
for a
were
while.
great. They were
PC wants to set the record straight. I call it a shovel out.
A shovel,
a shovel
outer.
outer.
Yeah, like come on, man. Like you're talking about pizza for God's sake. A shovel outer.
But I picture it with like the straight angle and then the down a little bit and then the angle again to scoop it out. A scooper outer would have made more sense, but shovel.
That's
I
funny.
love the podcast. I love my friends. This is great. I could not ask for a better situation.
Hold that up for the people. How cool is that? Yeah, you
So
sit
look-
down at the table, you're leaving. with
Little
that.
baby
That's
shaker.
cool.
Listen, I got nothing wrong with you stealing stuff from a wedding. Sure,
I've taken
but like,
pint glasses and stuff.
well, whatever, that's fine. But like a Pizza Hut or a Friendlies, or listen, I love Pizza Hut plates. I want them too. I want Pizza Hut cups. I want Friendlies plates. But you go to jail. I know, and I'm jealous of her. Pizza gets shoveled into my mouth, says Radical Defect. There you go. So it's a shovel outer from the pie and shovel inner to your mouth. That's all I got.
That's amazing.
This
That's
is what happens
amazing.
when the show goes almost 4 hours.
Plate's a good one.
Show that one. Put that in front of the camera. Wait, don't go close. Just that's fine. You're
It's
fine
like
there.
A hamburger, a milkshake, an ice cream cone.
Well, now they're gonna come after
Oh,
you.
ice
right?
cream cone.
It's really nice.
Look at that. That is fine china. right
Beautiful.
there.
And you know what? It doesn't say on the back, so I could have gotten it.
False craft.
Oh my God. Have we ever looked at like what it says on the back to try and find more?
Syracuse China.
Ming Dynasty.
In
What?
our cabinet, we have from my grandparents
I love you for like
plates
me.
that say United Airlines on the bottom. They're like old United Airlines plates.
Wow, that's so cool.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Play some games. Hang out with friends and family. Rest, relax. You deserve it. Thanks for putting up with this mess of a show today. I had fun. I hope you did too. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
And it is